I just can't believe
I
it.
hate that stuff like that.
Hey, Al, how you doing?
What's happening, brother?
We're up.
I got them all done, though, all of them.
Oh, my God.
And everyone loves it when I show it to them.
Uh-huh. Oh, boy. Oh, shit.
You know, here's the deal.
Hey, hang on, Bobby. I'm going to call my son who's trying to get me.
Okay, hope it's nothing.
Yeah, here we go.
I mean, do you do hopped-up vehicles or anything? Do you know about that, Jeff? Or
Well, no, I mean, we don't typically install blowers and
Okay.
stuff, no.
this is,
But-
this guy. So just to let you know, this guy's 80-some years old. He's got Parkinson's. So,
Is that relevant?
well, it's relevant in the fact he didn't know what he's going to do, and this guy should have talked him into something else or told him something else.
Well, you know, I'll actually argue that because it's not up to him to decide.
No, this guy talked him into the blower.
Oh,
He had a 383 high compression motor in there, so.
gotcha. Okay, I was gonna say if he came in and this is what he asked for, I mean, there's times cars come in and I'll kind of try to steer away from actually doing the project, but people get funny about their cars.
Oh, I agree.
You know, you never know what actually makes them feel so attached to this vehicle. And it may be a hunk of junk to you and me, but to them, you know, this was passed from Grandpa, or it was the first car they ever got laid in, or whatever. They have something about this car they don't want to get rid of.
I heard the part about getting laid and not about what
So much, but the things we don't agree on are so vast.
array of
Well, I'm
subjects.
saying, yeah, you're late for the party.
You're late to
You
the
know,
party.
he doesn't like, he thinks
Did you have a
tariffs
good source
are horrible.
I've got a
Who does?
52 Chevy
Um,
stuff right now.
Ross,
To
he
rebuild the front
thinks honestly, well, technically,
drag length,
you know,
power
it
down.
goes against
Streamline used to be really good for that stuff, but I don't even know that
with the free market and all.
I haven't done them in forever.
Well, no, but if a different country tariffs us,
That's an online order.
We should
They
tariff
take
them.
out of
I mean,
California, they handle all that stuff.
but his argument is whatever's best for our people here. So therefore, if we tariff other things, our cost is higher, so therefore, it's no good.
Seven, you can, 57 Chevy, you can find them out.
Oh, yeah.
Marrow,
Yeah, but we don't on Mexico and Canada. So they buy it from China and then ship it here.
That was for North America. Well, that's actually kind of.
Well, how would we ever know?
I agree.
It's not like steel's not steel, that's steel.
Steel.
Steel's steel. What is up, guys?
Another day in paradise.
Albert, how are you, sir?
Man, good. Just running like a banshee, man. Friday seems to be busy, but
That's good, right?
I'm glad I made it. Yeah, it's good. I'm not complaining.
Like run like a banshee.
421-7100-GHWindows.com.
What was that joke?
I don't know. I think I picked that up somewhere along the road, and I'm not really sure if I know what it means, but it sure sounds good.
I'm not even sure what a banshee is. I'm
It's
going
a
to look it
chicken.
up.
It's a chicken.
Chicken, right?
Yeah.
The Banshee was Irish and Scottish folklore.
I thought it was,
Screaming spirit.
I thought
Great.
a banshee was like a hyena. Not a, yeah, like a.
How would you even spell it? B-A-N-C-H?
B-A-M-S-H-E-E.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep, no, you're right.
But it was an Irish or Scottish.
It is folklore. There's no such thing. There's no chicken.
Spirit.
What?
Driving around like a spirit.
Screaming
Golly.
spirit, no less.
Screaming spirit. Yeah, I was running just like that.
It's a female spirit in Gaelic folklore
Gaelic is Irish.
whose appearance or wailing
I'm going to start calling you Clintopedia.
warns the family.
No,
No,
that
when it
one
comes
of them
to
will
the
soon
trivial
die.
crap that nobody needs to
Hold
know.
on.
So how would you
That's
run like a
generally
banshee?
what I know.
I know.
It's not
If
running,
it
it's
actually
screaming
means
like
something, it doesn't mean.
So they,
Notice?
the folklore goes, it would run up to you and warn that someone in your family is going to die soon. That's the
So
whole
screaming,
deal.
not running, screaming like a banshee.
It's screaming like
Screaming like a banshee? Then I'm using it incorrect.
I
Man,
used to be a banshee.
Cool.
you used to be?
I actually was, I worked part-time.
I've heard you scream as like a banshee.
It's crappy Brent. I will find out from Ideal. Is this okay? Yeah. Okay. I'll find out from Brent if he's coming on or not today.
What's up, kid?
How
Who's
are
Grant?
you? What?
Who's Grant?
You know, on really heavy
Oh, great.
days, we can't have, we just tell them we can't do a call. I mean,
Maybe.
there's not.
Do you want me to just ignore it today?
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. When we're
Well, we're not that heavy. Yes, we are. We
What you guys hear
we can't.
newest one
Okay,
on
so I
Always
44
our
auto.
courtesy, okay?
I'm
For
just
some
not even
people,
gonna call
we do it all the time.
Oh, nice.
But if there's
I won't touch it.
Tom, I'm just not even gonna text you. So you do it when you wanna do
All
it.
right, thank you.
Color it is for me?
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by KH Home Solutions. KH Home Solutions. I've known those guys for 30 years or more, actually. Welcome. We are consumer advocates. Get your call in. Get your calls in. I've been listening to the show, and I realize what I'm going to do now is some of you have said, Tom, some people don't deserve all the time you give them. So I'm going to get quicker through the calls. And of course, we try to help everyone, whether the call is quick, whether the call is, we drag it out or it's quick. We treat everyone the same. If you don't have a problem, we'll let you know. And for those just tuning in, tell everyone about the show. There is strength in numbers because we pass it around and we protect people from getting ripped off. Almost everyone who listens to this show is protected. Now, I say almost everyone because some people just don't adhere to what they hear. This show is all about protection and prevention. Referralist.com, the only list of its kind. No matter what anyone tells you, we personally contact each and every member. We police them, we background check them, we monitor them, and we enforce the rules. Nowhere else do you hear advertising anywhere where you can complain. If you have a problem with someone who advertises on Channel 9, you can't call and complain. You can, but it's not going to do any good. I'm telling you, we get directly involved with everyone. So why don't you call us and put us to the test? Or if you just want to rant or rave, this is the backyard fence where you talk to your neighbor. This is the town hall meeting where you can yell and scream. Mark, what did you have on your mind?
I got to tell everybody, our new referral list, which hopefully will launch this month, is unbelievable. It is so nice, so fast. Search by locations, geofences, everything. What doesn't it have?
No, we are so excited because we're doing more and more to serve you. And, of course, you can always get consumer help. 24/7, 303-MARTINO you call. When we're in the studio, it'll come here. 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Also, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I said K&H Home Solutions. Yes, today, K&H Home Solutions has this window special, buy 3, get 1 free. Buy 3, get 1 free. These windows are not just durable, energy efficient, they're beautiful. They will add energy savings to your home, beauty, and value. And I've known these guys more than 30 years. I know the owner now, and I even met the original owner. They've been in business 62 years. K&H Home Solutions for siding and windows. Now buy 3 windows, get 1 free. KHWindows.com. Make your own appointment. KHWindows.com. Let's go to the phones. You've called first. Guillermo, what's going on?
Hey, Tom.
What's
Thanks
happening?
For taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got an issue with a 2011 Toyota Sequoia that we got it from...
What year is it?
2011. Toyota
2011 Toy Sequoia.
You got it.
What's wrong?
I mean, we got it about I was on August of last year. So we got them from this dealer, AutoNation, which is a...
AutoNation, yes. Okay.
Arapaho Road.
Yeah.
So...
And what happened?
What's the problem with it?
Yeah.
Well, the problem was that about 2 weeks ago, we have an issue with the latch on the hatch door, on the back door on that Sequoia.
The hatchback.
So
you have the latch on the hatch. What's the problem?
That is correct. So I said, well, probably it's frozen. I got a locksmith company.
Anyway,
and I said, well,
Guillermo, listen, if you could do me a favor and tell me what's going on today, okay, rather than, not that I'm not interested, I am, but I'll ask questions. What's going on today? Have they been unable to fix it under warranty? Well, first of all, it's not under warranty, right?
Well, no.
How long have you owned it?
Since August of last year.
Since August. So if the latch is broken, just get it fixed. I hate to sound so simplistic, but they don't owe you that.
No, not at all. So
okay.
I took it apart. Let me explain you this. I took it apart, so I said it's no big deal. I replaced the latch. by myself.
Yes.
But the thing is that in that process to take it apart, I found a bunch of dirt inside that door. I mean, this is...
wait a minute, Guillermo.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the latch now. The call goes like this. Tom, I bought a used car from AutoNation, and I suspect it has been flooded.
That is correct.
That's the bottom line. See, I did that in 10 seconds. Okay. He suspects it's been... I'm just kidding around with you. So, here's the deal. Now, if the dealer knew, or if the dealer did not know, there's a big difference. We have to figure this out. What do you think happened, Guillermo?
Did you get a Carfax with it?
Yeah, I did, and actually, it didn't mention anything about it. The Carfax they showed me at that the day of the...
How else would dirt get in there, guys? Is there any other way inside that back hatch?
If he brought it for if this car was ever brought in for service and left outside with the door,
maybe from a car wash.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Here's the deal. You know, we can't assume it's been flooded, but did you take it to Sheridan Auto Tech to be checked?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a follow-up,
correct.
Suzanne from Sheridan Auto Tech?
I'm grabbing his paperwork now.
All right, hold
from
on,
Sheridan.
hold on, because I don't want everyone hanging on while we read this, and just hold on, and we'll look at it. 303-713-TALK. Lou has a follow-up from last week. Let's recap the problem, Lou, okay? If you could do that for us. What's the problem, Lou?
Yeah, well, I had a big problem. The motor in my Ford Focus ST had blown up. Brought it into AutoNation. Claim was I changed an engine bolt, and that was really the cause. Caused the engine to rock around.
I remember they said it's not going to be covered by warranty because it was some improper bolt put on a motor mount, and that motor mount caused it to shift. And when it shifted, an oil line came off and starved the engine of oil. And our question was, who maintained this car and all of that? As I remember, how long have you owned the car, Lou?
I bought it in 2013, so it's 5 years.
Did you own it since new?
Brand new. I bought it from AutoNation new.
Okay, and 2 AutoNations in a row. Okay, so you bought 2000, bought new, and what kind is it?
It's a Focus ST.
Okay, and it's still under warranty?
Yes, yeah, 6-year, 100,000.
6-year, 100,000. Okay, so here's the deal. Okay.
What'd they do?
Hold on. Our guy said it would be pretty weird for that to happen, but if it did happen, how did that motor mount bolt get in there, the bad one? Lou?
Well, the previous, took it into Phil Long. They did a diagnostic, and they came back and they said whoever changed the alternator also had to remove that engine mount to get the alternator out.
Okay, and AutoNation says... I pulled the service bulletins or the service records, and here is what I found. At 20,720 miles on December 4th, 2014, the Ford store replaced the alternator. And you're saying at that time they would have had to remove that bolt, right?
Yes.
So they're the only ones that could have then reinstalled it.
Correct.
And if it was stripped, it's their doing.
Correct.
Okay. So now what?
So we addressed that, but then look what they're saying 3 years later.
They said at 43,000 miles, okay, 43,000, this is 20,000 miles more, 23,000 more. On August 11, 2017, the customer stated it was running rough with a misfire on cylinder number 2. Engine was 2 quarts low, not even showing on the dipstick. Customer drove the vehicle up to 112 miles an hour, according to the computer, for 3 minutes and 58 seconds. We indicated engine failure due to no oil and maximum engine demand. Keep in mind, the mileage on this ticket is 1 mile less than the February 8th, 2018 ticket. I don't understand that. What do they mean by that? It says, keep in mind, the mileage on this ticket is 1 mile less than the February 8th ticket. So they said in August 2017, you came in, it was running rough. The computer said you had been driving at 112 miles an hour. Computers do not lie. People do, but computers don't. So, and they said they're saying nothing about an engine bolt here. They're saying how did he state he was driving fast, lost power, if engine failed in 2017. What are they trying to say? I don't know what they're trying to say.
One has nothing to do with the other, and they're not taking responsibility for the work 3 years ago.
Well, okay, I don't understand, even with you telling me that.
They're saying 20,000 miles, yes, they did the alternator.
Yes.
And they must have done the bolt right because it went another 23,000 miles.
Right.
And now they're saying the reason has nothing to do with the bolt.
Right.
The reason is he abused it and drove it like a bat out of hell.
It's because of the bolt.
Who said it had, what?
And Lou, your caller says that the problems now are because of that alternator.
But hold on. No one at AutoNation is saying it was the motor mount. Lou told us that's what they were claiming. They're not claiming that to us. They're saying it was low on oil with excessive speeds. And if that's the case, tough crap. I mean, Lou can't do anything about it.
But then, Lou, what does Phil Long Ford say about it?
Yeah, Phil Long said that the PCV came off.
Okay, where is it? Okay, that could have come out due to excessive speeds for all that time, and maybe the motor mount did fail, but it stayed there for 20,000 miles. Here's what I want to know. Do you have I want to see Phil Long Ford's documents.
I have it, Tom.
I want to see them, okay? So let's just, again, I'm not going to keep going. Let's stop. Let's read what Phil Long has to say. Let's see if we can get somebody on. The deal is this. Even if the motor mount failed, who cares? You were driving with no oil 112 miles an hour for 4 minutes. Guys, what would that do to a car?
First, oil starvation. Yeah, there you go. That's me.
Starvation.
Starvation, absolutely. Yeah,
it's possible that oil thing came off. Is it possible? Even though, was the oil low because the tube broke? He said it was running rough, engine was 2 quarts low, not even showing on dipstick. Customer drove the vehicle 112 miles an hour. We indicated engine failure due to no oil and maximum engine man. Okay, but if the no oil was due to the oil line coming off, and the oil line came off because they did a bad motor mount, is it too much to ask 2 years later that they take responsibility? I think it might be.
You end up asking a judge.
Guys?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because if there is oil starvation from those lines, those are cooler lines, I believe they said, right?
No.
No? They feed lines?
I don't know. What line, Lou, what line did Phil Long say popped off the engine?
PCV.
Wow. Now, guys, what would that do?
That's just on top of the
what would that do, guys?
It's ventilation. It's part of the evaporative system.
It would do nothing. If the PCV valve, I'm saying as far as oil starvation.
It will spit oil all over the place.
But would it cause this extent of oil starvation?
It depends how long it was been off.
Oh, he's saying it came off, oil came out of the valve cover gasket, or out of the valve cover, right?
The valve.
And then it starved because the oil was coming out. But it wouldn't, I mean, how much would actually come out, guys?
You get spring, it wouldn't lose 2 quarts of oil. That's kind of a stretch.
Okay.
303-713-TALK. Tim, what's happening in your life, Tim?
So I wanted to call because I want everybody to know that it's so important to use your referral list instead of going off your memory. And the reason I bring that up is I'm down in the Springs.
Yes.
And I've heard all the good things you've had to say about Brothers Heating and Cooling.
Yes.
So I didn't even check the referral list. I listen to you all the time. I called up Brothers Heating and Cooling. Well, guess what? Down in the Springs,
they're different.
Another Brothers Heating and Cooling.
Oh my God! Oh, they're different.
And I ended up having a problem.
Oh.
And now, luckily, these guys fixed it, and they're okay in my book.
Oh, good.
However, I almost had a humongous, very costly problem because I didn't work off.
That's a brilliant. Thank you, Tim. That is really important. And also, we every once in a while have a member go south, and if you print out the list or you remember them being on a month ago or 2 months or 5 months, something might have changed.
We took a complaint just yesterday on Total Comfort Heating.
Right.
That used to be on the list.
Right.
We had some issues with them. They still have our logo up on their site, and I'm going to go after them because I hate when people say they're on the list and they're not.
No, and we kicked them off, so, that's really important. Now, going back to K&H Home Solutions, I mentioned that you buy 3 windows and get 1 free. They also are celebrating 62 years in business with $6,200 off your entire siding project. James Hardy, you just call him, get an estimate, and just subtract $6,200. It's a real deal. So whether you're going for siding with $6,200 off or windows when you buy 3 and get 1 free, go online and make your own appointment. khwindows.com. khwindows.com.
Found an engine containing no oil. You got to tell me what blocks we don't have Raleigh House so I can do them.
Rolls on his way.
So let me know clear it there. Times for Raleigh. That's the only one I need.
By 25, get a slow you down a bit on that section.
What?
It only listens on one side. I think it should go the headset.
What does it mean when they find raw oil on top of a piston when they're looking with the camera?
This one that's going to come on.
Means you've got oil literally.
It said remove spark plugs and inspected cylinders with bore scope. Found raw oil on top of number 2 piston. Okay.
I think they didn't.
It's this because this one's working. Okay, so I mean raw means I fucking was working.
So is that plug in there?
It's the inlet. It's this.
Drew thought it would be better if Al and Greg switched because Al talks more than Drew or Greg and
sounds like you're in a
this
tunnel.
morning. And then it
Hello,
was
mic is on, Al. I pick up background, so go over there and
you
talk.
guys switch. Thanks, Al.
My
You can
was
take your
turned on.
chair with
Somebody
you.
hit the button and turned it
Yeah,
on.
he turned it off for the echo. Drew turns it off when he has to. But take your chair because this one's a little.
Yeah, well, it puts me up at a better level.
During removal of cylinder head, found the engine mount was only secured by one stud. Is that 30 brakes for the whole show?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Was only
Rolls on his face.
Okay, that's fine. He
the
can take
mount
Greg's
was
spot when
physically
he's here.
damaged with a
I
chunk of metal.
emailed you for long
The remaining 2 nuts and
assessment
studs
because I
stripped
can't
from
print.
the
It's all
timing
faded
cover
and you won't be able to read
and
it.
reinstalled with silicone, hoping
Hey,
that it would
we actually
hold
got
the
a chair
engine in
that
place.
goes up and down.
Found the breather tube.
How'd you find
So
that?
just stay there till
I'm happy to do that. They looked and thought I was coming and said,
No,
let's get him the
everybody
hydrant.
likes that because every other one just wasted.
Cause of an oil leak.
They got invested.
During removal of cylinder heads, found the engine mount was only secured by a stud with a chunk of metal missing. The remaining 2 nuts and studs were stripped.
Go to where it says
And
since the
reinstalled
breather
silicone,
tube.
hoping that it would hold the engine in place. Found the breather tube on the backside of the valve leaking at one point, and was also the cause of an oil leak. This was due to excessive play in the engine right, caused by the valve cover. The engine lost all oil while the engine was running. Now, come on. With the cylinder head removed, found number 2 piston melted. Okay, so they're saying the engine was starved of oil.
Because the engine was moving because of the motor mount and knocked the PVC valve off. And all the oil came out.
Okay, you know what? And they're saying that the engine mount damage appears to be a direct correlation. He's going to win in small claims court, Mark.
They did. They fucked up doing that 20,000 miles ago, it sounds like.
It does.
There's parts missing.
Okay, that's why I want to ask him. I tell you, this is one of those ones that's just so.
And he also put, customer did provide sufficient maintenance records. The engine mount damage appears to be in direct correlation to the alternator replacement. So when they did the alternator,
They screwed up.
They tried to fix it with silicone, which is just doesn't make any sense.
And those STs, those Speedos, I think are like 120,
Now,
130.
this guy's got a hell of a point. Now, why is AutoNation? I mean, they have to be able to say,
Okay.
can they hold their hat on the
Who's
guy who was
handling this?
doing
Who
100?
talked to AutoNation on our team? Who? Okay, if she handled it, we need to give it to somebody and negotiate something here. they're going to lose.
120.
Suzanne,
Is the argument going to be
she can't argue this.
I can't.
No.
It's over my head. I emailed him the problem, and that was the response
You need
back.
to give this to Deputy Dan to take over. We're going to try to negotiate a settlement.
Why do you think? Explain to me why you think AutoNation should settle with it.
Because Phil Longford is saying it was their fucking fault.
They have no dog in this fight, and they're saying it was clear that this engine, the only reason it lost oil.
And Larry H. Miller refused to touch it because AutoNation voided the warranty with their work on that alternator.
Oh my God, they voided the warranty?
That's what Larry H. Miller said. I can show you the email.
Okay. I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Go to that website if you want to save money on floor coverings. You can go to 52nd and Ward to the showroom. You can go before or after, but make an appointment, SimplyFloorsInc.com, and you will see why we recommend Buddy Mitchell and his team every time. Free designer services and all of the floor coverings you can find anywhere else, but he'll beat the outlets, he'll beat the exchanges, he'll beat the big boxes, the depots, you name it, he'll beat it every time. SimplyFloorsInc.com, and he's on my referral list at referrallist.com. Lou, I think, has a slam dunk, okay? The bottom line, Lou, you did run out of oil, and you did run 112 miles an hour for a period of 4 minutes. So what? Almost any truck of its vintage can run 112 miles an hour without doing damage. Can I get a yay or a nay on that, an amen or not? Can you
yes,
run?
You can.
Okay, they're making it sound like running 112 miles an hour is a sin, okay? And he was low on oil. But the reason he was low on oil, Mark, you read it? Please go right to the point.
Well, what it's saying, this is Phil Longford.
Now, this is Phil Long, has no dog in this fight.
Zero dog in the fight.
And they're saying AutoNation worked on this.
They're saying basically this bolt for the engine mount, when the alternator was done 20,000 miles, when the guy put it back together, he broke it. The reason they know something broke there is there was silicone that he attempted to fix it.
They're saying the motor mounts, as a result, stripped.
That's right.
That one came out, the motor mount stripped, the engine shifted. Yes, he was going 112. So what?
And when it shifted, on the backside of that valve cover, this PVC hose became disconnected,
and when it
blew the oil out of it.
It blew it out, and therefore starved the engine.
And then melted number 2.
We are now going into phase 2, and that is negotiation with AutoNation. And simply talk to them, and once we put all the elements together, maybe they'll see we are responsible for this starvation and this engine. Now, here's the deal. Up to this point, we have not asked AutoNation for anything except the service records. So we're not going to assume they're not doing anything. We have not confronted them yet with the new information, the conclusive information. We have not tried to negotiate. We will for you, Lou.
They made the car unwarrantable as well. They tagged it now in the entire Ford system, saying that there is no warranty left on it.
Because of the work that was done on the alternator. That's what we're told. Lou, are you there? Lou,
I'm here.
We're on your side, okay?
Yep.
Listen, I don't think AutoNation foresaw the problem by simply siliconing that one bolt. I don't think they did. I don't think, obviously, this was intentional. They weren't hoping you come back for more repairs. But it did happen. There's a direct correlation, according to Phil Longford, a direct correlation between the alternator repair and the failure of the motor mount, and therefore the starvation of oil. The first thing we do, Lou, Deputy Dan is going to try to negotiate this. And if we can't get a suitable negotiation, we're going to walk you through the small claims process. We have become somewhat experts on helping people through that process to represent themselves.
I'm hoping that AutoNation looks at this.
Yes.
Just comes through.
Really, when you think about it, sorry, that was me, they should. In my opinion, they should. Juke needs advice on a water heater, and Juke, if you tell me your last name is Box, I won't believe it.
No, it's Vanderlaan.
But Juke is a cool name. Can you just tell me first, is Juke short for something?
Yeah, its first name is Julius, and in Holland they call you Juke, and in Spain they call you Julio. So
okay, so Juke.
Lots of funny stories about that. I married an English girl that her dad's from Spain, Alejandro. And I ended up calling my son Julius III, and that's kind of fun.
Cool. Juke, what's going on, man?
We're moving back to England in 3 weeks.
Really?
I get to do a SATCOM job like I did in the Air Force. You know, it's like a dream come true. My wife is going to be 150 miles from where her family is, and we're just going through a lot of stuff.
Hey, Juke, do you have kids?
Done and
Juke, do you have kids?
I wanted to talk to you about. I want to put a water heater in this crawl space.
Yeah.
It's one of those 36-inch tall water heaters.
Right.
Only 39 gallons. It's got to be electric.
Right.
And I was trying to find one that's got a good 12-year warranty on it, and who you recommend.
Why Juke?
What kind you recommend?
Juke, why 12 years?
And who you recommend to do it?
Juke, why a 12-year warranty? Why'd you pick 12 years? I don't understand. Why not 20 or why not 10?
When you look at water heaters like on Home Depot or whatever, they come 6 years or they come 12 years.
I get you. Okay, Juke.
And I plan on renting my house out because, you know, we got to leave at such short notice. And I don't want to have a problem with the water heater when I'm gone, because the one that's in there now has been in there for 10, 15 years. So.
You can go to referrallist.com and you'll find wonderful people. Wonderful people. You know, I love Howie Metz, and Jim, I'm so sorry. I know Howie, but his company is
Time?
No, Time. No. But please help me, Suzanne. I am so sorry for Howie. He's one. Fix It 24/7's another. Of course, Plumbline's another.
They've got a water heater special right now.
Yeah, but not for this one. This is a low profile. He's got to get it. Quality First Plumbing. I'm sorry, Howie. Quality First Plumbing. You'll love these guys.
Apple Air.
Apple. Yeah, we have some really good people. Apple Heating and Air, Todd Terry. These are people we all know personally. We have a great list.
Get bids from them and go with who you like.
That's exactly right, Juke. You will not be. This is the one thing I have to tell you. If you shop and you use the referral list and shop and get 2 or 3 of those members to give you an idea, you know what? You won't go wrong. It's just the way to do it. If I had to pick one,
also, Tom, if you could help me out, I got 2 vehicles that I'm gonna have to get rid of at the end of the month, and I was wondering, is it okay to mention them to you? Or?
Yes, go ahead.
I got a 2007 Saturn Vue, which I've just stuck $6,000 into it.
Why?
Through the Honda dealership.
Why?
They put a new Honda engine in it. Well, not a new one. They put a one in.
Wait,
like
so
65,000 miles.
Wait a minute.
On it.
You have an 07 Saturn with a Honda engine?
Honda engine in it.
What, Al, why are you shaking your head no?
He's got the Passport is what he's got. It's the Honda Passport, right? It's an SUV?
But it's a Saturn. It's a Saturn.
It's a Honda engine. It's a Saturn Vue.
Okay,
the body's plastic. It'll never rust. It's a beautiful looking car.
But what are you telling me about?
It's in the garage, and you know, I've always kept it in the garage.
And there's 60,000 miles on the engine? We have
he needs a hearing aid.
No, Juke. It's the way the phone is adjusted. He can't hear when I break in. Do you have 60,000 miles? You said on the engine?
Yeah, probably 65.
And how many miles on the chassis?
114.
And how about the transmission? 114.
It's a great looking car.
How many miles on the transmission? How many miles on? Okay, this is not going to work. I'm going to help him. But Juke, I need just questions and answers. Okay, no speeches right now. How many miles on the transmission? Hello?
114.
Okay, Jeff, on that transmission, is that one that will need work soon on 114,000?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
In all actuality, they'll
and about
probably
62,000 miles on the engine. And Juke, what year is it? A 2007. How much do you want for it?
Well, like I say, about 7,000 would be nice.
Okay, and what's the other vehicle? Quickly, please.
The other vehicle is a 96 Chevy pickup truck. I just stuck about $3,000 into it because I thought I was going to be a lineman working for the phone company.
Juke. Okay, Juke. I need just facts quickly, please. I know you wanted to be a lineman for the county, and my wife, blah 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 blah. And
let's get it off air, then we'll tell everybody about them.
Just get the 2 vehicles off air. and we'll tell people, if you're listening, it's Car Day. We'll give you some ideas of his vehicles, and maybe, Juke, we can sell it for you. We'll take emails live at troubleshooter.com, or you can give out your phone number. I don't care. And speaking of cars, Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal, and the all-new Rocky'sAutos.com listing the inventory with prices, and, of course, they have the Carfaxes available when you buy. They have variety in pricing, variety in models, variety in colors, and, of course, they have 40 lenders to choose from, and not one vehicle leaves unless everything is 100% approved, so you're never going to get stung with the old, hey, come on back, sign a new deal. No, they don't do that. 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal, Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, and then tomorrow, Saturday, 9 to 6. That's Rocky'sAutos.com.
So basically what they're saying is we paid $1,800 for that, and it does everything that it did before, but he said right up front,
very clearly,
it's a piece of junk.
this thing needs massive amount of
What is this we're talking about?
Actually, I think
That guy with the
Accord?
No, another one.
No, the guy that wanted the guy that they offered for that old truck.
No.
Kevin, you got to read this report too. We got to go back to that flood thing, man.
What information you want? Just year, make,
Model, how mileage, and how much he wants. And then, generally, do they both drive good? Basics. Ask him where he grew up and what color his shoes are.
All right. Tell me no where he got his shoes.
Hey, GE took a little bump today.
Everything will take a little bump. It's bumping, baby.
Bumping.
Our licensed plumbers and HVAC techs, experienced, background checked, drug screened, and you can get them in your home for just $39 to diagnose any problem you have. To know it won't cost you more than $39.
I'm going out there tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Gotcha. And if you have the work done, they'll waive the $39.
Going back to Weasel.
I'm going to Weese's, the Weasel.
So I was just talking to Jim on there. Everything isn't even on that engine list. So
Is he coming on?
we can get him on if you want, but he hasn't went through the whole thing on there.
We tell you, he gave him another invoice for additional 20 grand.
This guy is such a crook. He is such a crook.
He should be in jail.
He's a real fucking crook.
He's absolutely.
But we've known that.
He's a high-end chop shop, is what he
Who
is.
said that?
That's what this Jim Jr. said. Is basically he takes vehicles, will use whatever he wants on them, and then has it for 6 years.
Fucking 6 years. He had the one for the military guy for 2.5. This one for 6. That's his MO, man. He takes it and just doesn't give it back to you.
Until the people say no moss.
But they give him money. They give him money. Hand it over fucking fist.
This is an old guy that's.
Here we go. I know.
I know.
It's either a single mother,
No,
an old
no.
guy, or a
He's
disabled
got
vet.
Parkinson's disease. You can hardly understand him.
That's true. Speaking of old guys.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, wow. Go ahead and go get the baseball bat.
That was good.
Really?
That was very
good.
good.
The bat on the way in on the wall? Yeah. This should break the glass, man. In case of emergency, break glass.
Every once in a while, he needs good.
How are you, sir?
Hi, Dan. Good to see Roy.
Al, how you doing?
Whoa!
Whoa,
Did you honestly right off the get-go? You haven't even been in room 30 seconds.
Go ahead, sit down.
You haven't even been in room 30
Took me a
seconds.
little bit, Roy.
That was pretty good.
How are you? Those old guys can take shots too, you know?
Yeah. Look at Jeff, he fixed his head today.
Yeah. Looks like that's something about Mary or whatever. You know, that's
Something about Mary. I love that movie. When he gets his pecker caught in that damn window.
What?
It happens.
Something about Mary,
The movie, I never seen it.
oh my God.
It's funny.
He's,
Hello, brother.
I don't know how he does it, but he gets his junk stuck in his zipper. He goes to zip up. And he zips your balls right up. And his balls are hanging outside the zipper. All the fire trucks come, everybody comes, and finally the fireman or the cop just go, there's no way, there's nothing we can do but undo it. And man, he screams so loud. It is the funniest damn thing.
That's not here.
Yeah, that was the same.
That's from
Different scene.
That's nothing sort of about Mary. That's
It's something about Mary.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's the one where he screws the apple pie.
No, that's no, something about Mary is the zipper. Something about Mary.
Yeah, it was. It was a zipper.
You're thinking, I know, you're thinking of American Pie.
Yeah. Was it American Pie? Okay.
Here, it's right here. Check it out. It's Ben Stiller.
Right.
That's right, because they're on the way to the prom or something, right?
He's not. He doesn't know what to do. So this starts happening. Then
David Saul's.
He's going to look at it. Look at his face. He's there picking his date up for the prom. Here comes the. Here comes the wife. The mom. There's there. It's now watch. Here comes the cops. All the neighbors come. I mean, it turns out to be this huge. Oh my God, he doesn't know what to do. Oh, they don't even show
how you do it. I got it.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. Fuller Law is there for you when you're injured in an accident, a car accident, or any other kind of an accident, and you don't know who's responsible, but you think someone else is, and you're losing time, you're losing money, you're losing joy. You know what? So many people don't want to go through the hassle of law, suing, and all that. You know, you may not have to. John Fuller is the first call you should make, of course, after getting necessary medical attention, all that. Call. Ask him. He'll tell you the truth. He's not one of these BS artists on TV with the fancy nickname. He'll tell you what to expect and what will be involved in a personal injury lawsuit should one have to be filed or in the negotiation. Read about him at personalinjuryco.com. That's his website. Also, give him a call. Free complimentary consultations, and if he takes the case, he only collects if you collect on a contingency basis. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. Our personal injury tip today. Whenever you're in an accident and you're contacted by the other party's insurance company, you're under no obligation to talk to them, and you should not. What you say is, I am not talking to you. You can speak to my attorney if you have one, or please submit your questions in writing. Why? Because they're looking to trick you. That's what they're looking to do. They're looking to trick you. 303-713-8255. Let's go to the phones. Rolly Purefoy joins the fray. Rolly is here with Purefoy Chevrolet. Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission. And Al Aramis from Pro Auto Care. And we need to now talk to Guillermo once we read Sheridan Auto Tech.
I emailed that to you, Tom.
Yes. Mark, did you look at Sheridan Auto Tech's report?
I did, man.
All right, so let's talk to Guillermo. What does it look like to you, Mark? Does it look like they should have...
Here it is, short and sweet. In our opinion, the car was at some point sitting in a high amount of water. They found dirt under the panels and the different doors. They found dirt in... dirt is stuck on numerous parts of the underbody. It looks like this thing was in standing water.
That's serious stuff. That's serious.
Where did he buy it?
AutoNation.
I say follow it back to where it came from.
So, Guillermo, did you go to them about this?
Yes, I went and talked to the guys. Well, they were the salesman helped us out to buy the car. I mean, they said that the big guys were busy. He said that what we can offer you is you just bring the car, we can take a look on it, and worst case scenario, we can clean it out. So I said, well,
not if the car. If the car's been in a large standing water, you can undo this deal. And you bought it in August 2017. How much did you pay for the car?
Shit, on that one we paid.
Okay, I got him. I got it. All right, Guillermo. You said something that we can't put on the air, the word, so I put you on hold.
I think you said shoot, but
no, okay.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, Guillermo, we will get the information. Who do we give this to? I want to give it to Deputy Daff to make the initial call. unless we should give it to who's handling the other AutoNation problem. Maybe, Dan, if you're going to talk to them anyway, or is it too... Huh? Yeah, AutoNation, yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the same store.
I don't think it matters.
Let's find out. Which AutoNation store did you buy it?
The one on East Arapahoe Road, 10531 East Arapahoe.
Is that the same one as the one you're handling?
He doesn't know.
We'll give it to
It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
Dan, Guillermo, your follow-up person will be Deputy Dan. Deputy Dan. We have his information.
Yes, we do.
He's my
Rolly, Purifoy, what is the disclosure requirement in Colorado for anything? Anything in general. If you have an automobile, what must you disclose if you know it?
$200 and over, I think, is right.
For damage.
Right.
You have to disclose.
Body damage.
What
I'm surprised
about flooding? What about flooding?
That should have been on a salvage title.
But isn't there something special about flood damage that has to be disclosed? Why do I keep thinking there is?
Well, I think it has to be disclosed. Whether it does get disclosed, all this stuff coming out of other states and everything, they're sending this stuff out with hopes that it's never going to get found. And they go to quite lengths to clean this stuff up and everything, and it's buyer beware. And the stuff we buy through auction and stuff like that, we're constantly looking over to make sure that it's not been a flood damaged car.
They might not have known, though, right?
It's possible, sure. You don't know where in the chain of events where this thing got, it could have come out of Houston or anything like that. And
so there are so many hurricanes. This is it's an estimate. Listen to this. That there are 500,000 vehicles right now floating around with flood damage.
Well, but
so what happens, though? If it's proven there is flood damage and he bought it, I mean, do they have to buy it back? How does that work?
I would believe they would have to, that he could force that to happen.
Well, I think you can, but I'm trying to find a specific statute. Because I thought there was one, but I can't find one where they say that flood... I thought there was a special thing just for floods. Now, there is an online tool called the National Motor Vehicle Title Information System.
I looked.
And it got... What does it do?
I put the guy's VIN in because we have it and nothing popped.
Okay. 303-713-TALK. Here's what we do. We're going to try to negotiate something for you, Guillermo. It's just flat out wrong if they knew about it. But what's to prevent someone from saying they didn't know about it?
Easily said.
All right. Now, that mic causes a terrible echo, so when you're not talking, just make sure it's off. Only because of the proximity. For some reason, it just picks up more.
I wanted to weigh in, because the guy, when he started talking about this vehicle, said that you had asked him the question, he looked at the Carfax. The thing about the Carfax is there's repairs and things that are done on vehicle that doesn't get reported to Carfax. Carfax only has the access that's given to them. So it's good tool, but it isn't the only tool.
No, for sure. That you can't think just because it's on Carfax, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, if an insurance company didn't get involved with it, it's probably not going to get there.
Exactly. The insurance companies will usually institute the records.
That's good to know. Carfax is not the only source. It can leave things out. 303-713-TALK. If you're looking to update your kitchen, I love telling you about Art of Granite. Mitch Floria he's just a gem among men. He started this years ago when he was a Romanian immigrant with just $300 in his pocket. He does such a beautiful job. artofgranite.net, and that's the easiest way to go. But I'll tell you what I love about him. You can get a price on the phone. How many people will give you prices on the phone? Now, how solid is that price? Within $100, a few $100. It depends on the custom edges, sinks, the cabinets, of course, that you actually pick. And he always gets you the wholesale countertop material. He's a direct stone importer. Why don't you give him a call? Get your price. If you like it, you go to the showroom in Golden. He serves the entire Front Range and Mountain community 6 days a week, 303-386-5919. And, you know, he is on Facebook, too. Art of Granite Golden is on Facebook. Art of Granite Golden.
I'm just looking up that movie. There's something about Mary.
Yeah.
They cast this back in.
Oh, it's great. Oh my God, was it funny?
I gotta watch it.
It's private. You never saw it. Private Detective is
It's laugh out loud funny.
Yes.
See, now, there are some really good shows on, guys.
And still is very funny.
Like on Amazon. On Amazon has an original series called The Amazing Mrs. Maisel.
Really, they're good?
Yes, it's about a housewife in the 1950s who decides to do stand-up comedy because her husband left her. I swear to you, it is so creative.
Is she heavy?
She's a cute little thing. She's adorable.
I'm trying to figure out how they're actually.
No, she's adorable. And it was before there were a lot of comedians.
Women comedians, yeah, of course, yeah.
And so it's about her husband leaving her. And she's depressed and a bit drunk, and she walks up on stage and starts talking about it.
And everybody's laughing.
Oh my God, it's so cool. It's very creative.
I'll tell you, I love series like that.
I love creative. I love, I just love the new, man, we have so much, I've said this before, we have so much quality TV.
Yeah.
We had shit growing up compared to what's on.
Yeah, oh yeah. And you watch the series, like, have you seen Narco by chance?
Oh, I said the whole series.
Oh my God.
Wasn't it Narcos or Narco? Or is it the new one?
I couldn't get through it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Are you about Narcos?
Escobar.
Yeah.
I don't understand Spanish.
You know what? I found it very difficult in the first couple of episodes. Keep watching. They have subtitles, obviously, but then it's not all in Spanish. They even have. But you get to a point where
it was English.
No,
Narco wasn't it? Am I thinking of the wrong name? The one that Pablo Escobar.
His entire life story, right up to he
yeah,
dies, and then
I think there's only 3 seasons of
and
it.
it's true. There's like 5 or 6, I thought. Now listen, it is also the real cops contributing.
They portrayed the federal agents.
This is true story. All of it's true. Well, I imagine some of the stuff is dramatized.
But zero is here, exactly.
Yeah, this is
a pretty sport that vehicle information for you. So we're selling the 2.
But some of those other smart, it looks like he just pulled these
Rolling. He's a pretty smart good was.
Oh my God, he was.
And you know what? Because he paid for this, I don't think we're going to be able to go off. I just want to be able to say, hey, you guys
yeah, this three seasons.
It's in Spanish.
It's not one.
I tried watching the first one. I hate subtitles.
Mark, I swear to God that happened to me. I forced myself. Do you know that happens with the Game of Thrones? I can't get through the set.
Game of Thrones, I love.
But Mark, when does it really get interesting?
There's not one episode I didn't like.
The first episode. How do you?
I love
How do you understand what's going on?
What do you mean?
So what we kind of want
to smart, and I can't follow all.
I follow everything.
Is it one team going against another, or are there several?
There's several.
Now,
and it's basically,
I'd say 5 families.
It's basically a story about kingdoms.
Yes.
Versus kingdoms.
Yes. And families versus families.
Hey, I built another engine for him too.
I'm going to give it another
But there's dragons. Have you seen the dragons?
So many people love it.
I liked it so much.
I saw this one with this little boy.
We binged it.
Looking in the tower. The guy pushes this little boy to his death.
That's the first episode.
This little boy kills him.
He said, no signature.
That's nothing. It gets so brutal. That's like nothing.
That's what he said.
It's brutal. Life was a bitch back then.
This guy is
by law, you're
supposed
to get lost.
I think I have to
hooked up in a goddamn Walking Dead.
There's people like that.
I
got a
hear
couple
that
years
is
ago.
fabulous.
A place called Two Brothers Automotive.
I hear
I love it.
I hate
It got weird towards
gory though. Is there any happiness?
The first 3 seasons I loved, then it got just weird.
And he's done this a couple of times.
These loved it. I got started watching that, and then one day we binged watching it for the first, and I got kind of hooked into it.
I will only binge. I won't watch.
I can't waste that kind of time.
This Is Us.
I like it. But it's getting predictable.
I did watch the one with Pablo. I watched all that.
If you watch it, there isn't one happy fucking episode. It is the biggest downer, but I am liking it.
Now, Mark, the good doctor.
Haven't watched.
You will like it.
Is that a kid?
Well, not
Doogie House.
No, but it's not like a Doogie House. He's a regular age, but he's autistic.
Now, no work is ever.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino.
Your troubleshooter. Stem cell therapy is a viable option for painful joints, arthritis, even ACL tears, but you must get true stem cell therapy. Centeno Schultz with a C. Centeno Schultz is the clinic I recommend because they use true living stem cells. Avoid chiropractic offices where they ship in amniotic fluid. You will not get the benefit of stem cell therapy. I will tell you, Centeno Schultz was the first clinic to do stem cell therapy in a clinical setting. They have 14,000 patients to draw from. Experiences. They have the experience, they have the knowledge, they are MDs, and they use guided imagery for the shots, and they harvest the live stem cells from you at the time of treatment. 303-963-9201, 303-963-9201. And Mark, when should they mark their calendars for this seminar we're doing?
We're doing it April 11th, and we're going to be there, man. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, we really want people to come and learn.
Oh, they're going to bring different things. It's going to be really cool.
This is a real deal, and I want you to learn about it, because right now the FDA is kind of turning their backs on a lot of shysters, and in order to really find true stem cell clinics, you have to do your homework. Okay, let's go to the phones. And Tony, welcome, Tony. And how can we help you?
Well, yeah, a couple things here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Main problem I got right now is I've gone through a divorce, and before the divorce, or before everything fell apart, I went in and helped my wife at the time get a car because she didn't have the credit. So we're joint lien holders on this car. So I gave her the car in the divorce, and I'm trying to get my name off the lien.
Well, you did it ass backwards. You should have done it the other way around. You get her off, and then you give her the car. Did the divorce decree state she must take you off the loan?
I don't see anywhere where it does, but it does state where she assumes 100% responsibility.
I understand, but the creditor doesn't look at it that way. So she is literally going to have to refinance the car, and she can do that through Blinker.com. If she goes to Blinker.com, she can get approval in about 5 minutes if she has good credit, and she can get you off of it.
And that's the problem, that she doesn't.
Well, then it's not going to happen.
Then you're screwed, man.
You are screwed. Is it affecting you right now?
Not right now.
How many years left on the loan, Tony?
I believe there's another 4 years left on the loan.
Well, Tony, you got a problem, and you might want to go to the court in a hearing and ask her to sell the car.
If she's making,
unless you're upside down, then you're in big trouble.
If she's making the payments,
she's way upside down.
If she's making the payments, it's not going to be that huge of a deal. Is she making them?
Yeah, no, she's making.
If you go to buy a car and they're going to turn you down because they think you already have one, you can explain that away.
Okay, but
if she's making payments, leave her alone.
Right now, that maybe Tony, they're right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
Maybe you should remarry her.
You think? No.
No, seriously, Tony, do you have any reason to believe she will stop making payments?
I don't. It's just here recently she was involved in an accident. Well, not her. Her niece was driving the car, and I guess she ended up hitting a wall or something. So the front end of the car is damaged.
She didn't get it fixed?
Well, she filed it through her insurance, and they're in the process of getting everything fixed.
You're just stuck, though, man.
Yeah, you are. I would just pray and keep it going. I know you have another question, but we're running out of time.
But she's got insurance and everything, so you're pretty well covered.
Yeah,
really.
Right now. I would just make sure I'm on the mailing list for the bank so you get all notifications. Make sure of that, and make sure you're named on the insurance. Do you hear me? We come back to more after this.
Your credit card companies love you. They love it when your cards stay maxed out. They love it when you...
Advice. Pray. So you guys threw me in a spin. You said Narcos is a subtitled movie. It's only subtitled when they speak in Spanish. Of course it is. The majority of the movie is English.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Well, I couldn't even get through the first episode.
Oh, my God.
Al, I don't know if the majority, maybe it is, but there's
because
a lot.
they're American guys.
But there's a lot of Spanish, though.
There is plenty of Spanish.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah, because it's the English guy. He's from America. He's Hey!
Oh, so speaking of things, so what ended up happening, like I say, he's collecting money from both sides of this thing. Not a work, another part is going on this car. Now, just before one or the other is just about to pay it off and they actually collect the vehicle, the car disappeared. It was stolen off the lot. Okay, like I said, he had done this a couple of times. He's done it to other people. How this guy actually ended up catching up to him and figuring out exactly what happened, I don't know. He's hired us. So he actually hired the gang, basically, and they got two young initiative members who needed to go through initiation. They went into his place, double barrel shotgun. One was intended for a kid named Mike, and then the other one was intended for Ron Hickerson. Mike got lucky. He wasn't there. Ron was. He was in the other room. Both.
Like, how they can run.
Turns around, runs out of the place, and I didn't see the whole thing go down, but I did see the tow truck. I guess I got there just as everything was coming apart. Because the tow truck was pulling up at the time, saw this kid running out of there, stripping off his hoodie, throwing his gun down, and we ran over to Lincoln High School, jumped in the back of the car, gone. The guy ended the hit on him when he was getting busted.
That was that deal last year at your place?
No, this was years ago. This was a place called Two Brothers Automotive. Used to be one between Evans and Rivertown.
Guy put a hit on him. Let me run to work. The guy put a hit on him.
Because what I was telling him was Ron had been doing this before. I've seen him just try stuff like this before. Ron was taking his car. In this case, it was one of the old cycle type ones. I don't know what it was. But this guy wanted to soup it up, superchargers, so on and so forth, and Ron gave him a bill like $14,000, $15,000. Couldn't afford it all at the same time. I'll pay you money as you go. Keep the truck here. Well, somebody else walks on the lot, sees the truck, loves it. He says, well, we were going to do this, that, and the other thing. Sells the truck to this guy for $25,000. Okay, and he's taking money from both of these guys at the same time. Just before the somebody's about to have the bill paid off, the truck disappears. Stolen. Insurance claim.
This is happening for like weeks. Weeks could have said, hey, the truck was stolen.
You can even
get the guy is,
I'm not saying they deserve it.
The guy has the right to the bar too, man.
How that is? Like AccuCheck and Walgreens Metrics. That's not just good news. It's great.
What a story.
Yeah, it was crazy. But the tow truck driver pulled up, saw the guy, and then tried to chase him. That's how they know
this report is brought to you by Lowe's.
Mostly sunny today with a high
That's a tough game to get into.
Look at the shit this guy's got in his.
I know, making him jump into a car.
Sunday. No, make them blow guys out.
That's it. We
Get an extra 5% off purchases
He
every
didn't
day
get a lot of it
on
because
items big or small when you
he
use
didn't
your
want
Lowe's
anybody to
Advantage
see in
card.
there. I
All
gave my
projects have a starting
It's a
point.
decent sized place.
Lowe's, subject to credit approval and can
who's
be
this?
other
Nice
credit offers. Exclusions apply.
And it's that place that you had all kinds
So
of.
apparently he bought, before he went out of business, whatever, bought $100,000.
And I can tell you he's dedicated to the very best service at the very best price. 24/7, our licensed plumbers and HVAC techs,
He'll catch up.
experience, background check,
You know,
drug screen,
I always
and you
hope
can get
that,
them in your home
but I
for
know it
just
doesn't always
$39 to diagnose any problem you
Listen,
have.
you probably- you've seen the side of
won't
it.
cost you more than
Well, like I said,
$59 to get a complete,
I don't
honest
know.
estimate
I would
of
always
all
hope
the work
that.
needed. And
This
if you
guy's
have the
just-
work done, they'll waive the $39.
So he's got a website.
24/7
What's
gets
the website,
complete upfront pricing before work begins.
You guys are
100%
car guys.
satisfaction
Website.
guaranteed, and it's just
And who's the
$39. They'll
Jim
treat
Weeks.
your
Jim
home.
Weeks.
Jim
Got
the
You
Weasel
won't
Weeks.
find
Yeah,
better
Weeks, yeah.
services for better prices anywhere. So
He's up by you, Rolly.
720-526-3939.
He's Bennett.
720-526-3939.
That's close to you, right?
Companies want to
Bennett, we got your broke.
after a car accident. Don't make that
Really?
mistake. I'm John
You say
Fuller,
Bennett.
Fuller Injury Law. Contact
Damn,
me
you're
for a
broken.
free evaluation at 601
There's too many jokes flying around here.
That's kind of. That was good. I mean, a little bit of slapstick, but
information to help you, the consumer.
he just walked right in and out.
What?
Rolly, I bet you I know where you got your shoes.
Mornings at 8 on 6:30. When it comes to finances, how do you make sense of it all?
And you gonna stop cracking up now?
What's wrong with
What's wrong with these shoes?
Investments, retirement,
No, I know where
Social
you got
Security,
them.
and much more.
Where'd I get them?
I bet you I can get you for lunch. I ain't gonna tell you where you got them.
It's fucking unbelievable. I've never seen anybody that can look at a pair of shoes and tell you where you got it.
Water in there.
If you guys are funny. I've heard some pretty stupid jokes.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your
Troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by the Raleigh House. Hey, we are consumer advocates in every single day, even when we're not on the air. We are helping people, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. That's what we do. Look it up, the Troubleshooter Network. Tom Martino. Yes, we have been doing it for 40 years, the longest running radio show with the same host currently on the air, and we will continue to help as long as you need help. All you have to do, though, is avail yourself of the information here, and you won't get ripped off. Go to sleazbrigade.com and find out the worst of the worst when it comes to ripping and lying and cheating. We don't even have all of them up there, but we have the biggest offenders. And Dave Anders Construction, the guy's a scumbag. Dusty Lobsinger, look for him. We have some people we've managed to get put in prison. We have so many people that you need to be warned about. And every day you hear on the show people who blindly go to Home Advisor and get leads, and people come to their house and they give them money and they walk away. You will not have these problems at referrallist.com. You'll have minor problems maybe now and then, and we will arbitrate. We police that list. Referrallist.com for your help, information, and referrals. And let's help you, like with the Raleigh House. This hour is brought to you by the Raleigh House, and that is a premier treatment facility for addicts. Now, here's what I want to tell you. They have so graciously provided this hotline with a caring, loving staff to answer all of your questions about addiction. If you have an addict in your life, a brother, a sister, a husband, a wife, a daughter, a son, if you need information, and you do, the first thing you're going to do is, oh my God, what's going on? Ask them what's going on. How do you know there's a problem? What do you look for? What kind of treatment options are available? Where do I go? What do I do? How much does it cost? They're not going to try to hard sell you on anything. Now, they have a great facility. They have a number of facilities in town around Denver. They're there to help, though. That was the condition of our marketing program. Help people. Help them. Just anything. Because when you are in a situation with addiction, you need information. And addiction will never get better on its own. They will answer any and all questions and concerns. 720-893-5559. Always confidential. 720-893-5559. Okay, so we left off with Tony, and we're going to go back to Tony now. Today is car day. We have Al Ramos with us from Pro Auto Care. We have Rolly Purifoy from Purifoy Chevrolet, the original member of the referral list, the very first charter member. And then, of course, we have Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. So Tony said that he, and we also have some cars that this one guy wanted to sell. Deputy Greg got that information. Now, Tony needed some information, and he went through a divorce. He's on the loan with his wife, but he had to give the car to her as part of the decree. That's a bad way to do it. So here's a tip. Whenever you are going to give away something in a divorce or grant someone something in a divorce, make sure you're not on any of the associated liabilities. It's just mandatory, or you're going to end up screwed if they stop making payments. Now, Tony can't do anything about it now. So now we're on to a second topic. Tony said, I have two things. What's the second one, Tony?
Okay, so the second one is I got a phone call the other day from a place called Capital Reassurance. They said that they're a third-party mediator for
a collection agency that was trying to collect a debt on me. Now, I never got any letters or anything like that, and when I started asking questions, they couldn't like I asked, I need their client information, phone number, I need the account number associated. They couldn't give me any of that. They just basically said that I had to pay them right then and there, or it would be sent back to the client. Now, I don't know if that's, someone trying to scam me.
Of course it is. Listen.
That's what I figured.
Listen, there could be an account owed. Whenever a collector will not give you documentation and information, ignore them.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I did.
Ignore them. If a collector calls or writes and you do not recall the details, if you have the details, don't play games. You need to pay a bill. However, don't just pay because someone calls you. Do you know that there are collectors out there who know that you owe money and collect, but they don't collect for the creditor. They just collect, and then they keep the money. You have to make sure, first of all, they are the authorized collector. People, how do you know someone is an authorized collector? How would you know? If someone called and wanted to settle a debt with you, and it was $5,000, and you think you're getting off easy because they're going to take $1,200, how do you know?
You call up the original debtor.
Right.
See if they gave it to
creditor. The original creditor. Right. You need to know that they're authorized to take the payment and that the settlement is agreed to, that they have authorization. And in your case, they won't give you any information. It just, even the name Capital Reassurance sounds like a scam.
Yeah, and when I asked them, they said that they were representing a place called Web Loan. It was a online loan
By the way, does this ring a bell?
No, it doesn't. None of this rings a bell. So I looked up Web Loans.
Did you ever have a loan here? Did you ever have a loan online?
No, not that I can recall.
All right, then just forget it, Tony. There's no reason to even elaborate. Just forget it. If they do serve you, whether it's fake or real as far as the debt, you have to go. And you need to keep all of your requests for documentation to show a judge. Your Honor, here's all I wanted. This is all I want. I just needed information, and they would not give me information. 303 Martino, by the way, works 24/7, not just during the show. And then, of course, during the show, it's 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on, of course, iHeartRadio app, and KHOW, our flagship in Denver. So let's talk, Chris. What's happening with you?
Yeah, hey, is Al still there?
Yes, Al Aramis from Pro Auto Care.
Yeah, I actually grew up in Littleton, and I remember your shop used to be an old, Texaco full-service auto care.
Still is, right? No, Littleton Texaco is what it used to be.
Oh, okay. Right. No, but that's what I mean. You're in that building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what happened to Texaco Auto Care? Did they just totally get out of the service? Because I remember that was a big complex back in the day. And
they leveraged themselves too far. After 18 years in business, they went bankrupt with $1.1 million in debt. That tells you a big story right there. After 18 years, still having a note on the building that was built, they had the building built. And
Chris, how long have you been away?
Oh, gosh, since 2008 or so.
Why'd you leave?
Because my dad lives up in Washington State.
Okay.
I just wanted to be closer.
What can we do to help you?
Well, he's building a custom home, and we've been kind of looking at different options. And I know you've built several homes, and
yes,
we had one guy suggest we do a radiant heat system. It's in a rural part of Puget Sound, so it's not
radiant is wonderful. It's wonderful heat.
It's like a tankless system, but my dad's friend, it's actually run through a diesel tank that my dad's friend had installed underground, and it gets refilled once every 3 or 4 months, and it draws from the diesel generator, and then it's like a tankless water heater, and then it runs the hot water underneath the flooring, and then we can also draw on the hot water for everything else. Have you heard of this kind of system?
Yes. I don't understand the generator. What's the generator about?
So it's not on the gas line because it's in a rural part of town.
You mean you're off the grid? Are you off the grid completely?
No, there's electric, but
why do they have a generator? I don't understand the generator part. That's the only part I don't get.
It's just for heat, I guess.
Well, okay, he disconnected. I don't understand.
Maybe it's just a backup.
Well, okay, but you know, if you're asking about diesel-powered, you know, like a diesel boiler, it's really number 2 oil. If you're looking for, yeah, they have kerosene or diesel or number 2 heating oil burners that burn fluids, you know, I mean heat fluid. They heat water, and the water is a radiant heat. In-floor radiant heat is one of the best heats you'll ever have. It is so wonderful. So wonderful. But it must be done properly, or oh my God, you don't want the repair bill. You cannot skimp when it comes to that stuff in the floor. Bill's got a comment on the collection call where they called themselves Capital Reassurance, and they wanted him to pay blindly without any documentation. Go ahead, Bill.
Well, again, Tom, this comment, you know, when you have a collections call, it's going to fish me out of the weeds. So this is coming from a 15-year collector. So here's what it means when the collector says, I'm going to refer it back to the client. That's a real line. We call that a TO. It's a power play. It's a talk-off, where we say. And it means that he's going to send it back to the client with recommendations for further collections. And that's a bunch of crap. I mean, sorry, but
yeah.
What it really means. It's a threat.
Yeah.
Because it means nothing. Because in order for them to sue, first of all, they have to know where the assets are. They have to do a whole lot of work.
Of course.
There's a whole file they've got to collect.
Bill, you've been a collector. You've been a collector for 15 years.
I was a collector for 15 years. 10 of that was in management. 5 of that was at the director level and in training.
I want to ask you something. Why do so many collectors refuse to give documentation or information? Why? Why do they say
they don't have it?
Well, we'll see you in court.
Well, they don't say I'll see you in court because that means they got to take them to court right then.
Well, some of them actually do say that. I'll show you in court is what they say.
Well, that's a bunch of hooey also.
Right.
They're really not going to sue unless they're ready to sue.
Well, we know that. But okay, then get back to my other question, because I don't care about the court part. Why are they so reluctant to give documentation?
Well, they're not usually. A legitimate collector will give you documentation.
Good. That's good to know.
Law, he has to by law service you by mail. And I mean service like in a legal standpoint, but give you documentation in the mail, and he has to do that in a certain amount of days.
Then we have a lot of people, we have a lot of bad collectors not following the law.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are not. And in today's technology, with today's day and age, it's easy. It's an easy scam they can pull.
Yeah, and no one punishes them. That's the problem.
Oh, no, that's not true. There is a big stiff penalties for collectors.
Well, really, who do they
legitimately?
Who are they afraid of? Who do we call?
The FCC.
The FTC, Federal Trade Commission.
The FCC and the FTC are involved in it.
The Federal Communications.
That's where your power comes from the AG, the FTC, and the FCC.
Why would the Federal Communications Commission be involved? Because of a telephone?
Yeah, because they're using the phones and the U.S. mail too. Because a real collector will use the U.S. mail.
I mean, it all sounds so wonderful, Mark, but have we ever found a federal agency take action on a complaint? I mean, we haven't. It would have to be It would have to be really egregious with multiple complaints, I would think.
I have complaints filed against me personally.
And so, are you in the business anymore?
No, I've been out for 10 years.
What do you do now?
I'm a bicycle mechanic. I mean, I've gone back to my roots.
My God, from a collector to a bicycle mechanic. Bill, listen, man, you ought to leave your number. Suzanne, maybe he'd like to be an angel when we have collection issues, that he can be our expert. So, yeah. Okay, 303-713-TALK. Jacob has a car question for our experts, a 2014 VW Jetta. What's the problem, Jacob?
All right, well, in short, I just purchased this Jetta, and I just noticed recently that when it's shifting from first to second gear, it's an automatic, that it kind of jolts, and it's a turbo, and I've never had a turbo before.
And it just happened all of a sudden, Bill?
Yeah, it just happened, actually.
Not Bill. I'm sorry, it's not Bill. Jacob. So, Jacob, how many miles on this?
Only 68,000.
How long have you owned it?
I just purchased it like a week ago.
All right, hold on a second. We'll come back and talk about it. I'm sure our people have some ideas on this. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney I hope you never need. I always say that. You know, if you do need Joe, Joe is great. He's a good guy, and here's the deal. He doesn't judge you. That's not his job. His job is to give you the best possible criminal defense. Most of the time we're talking about DUIs, which can be prevented. And so my tip to you is Uber or Lyft. Seriously, or a designated driver. There is no reason ever to get a DUI. Don't try to calculate. You can't. It's too complicated. Now, you can have a portable breathalyzer. They're wonderful. But here's the deal. If you need help, Joseph A. Lazara, to get through the system, that's 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. That's Lazara, that's 2 Z's, 1 R, LazaraLegal.com. And on a serious note, really serious, if you have more than one DUI, statistics say about 85% of the time you're an alcoholic. You are. It's just too weird that you would get popped twice for drinking and driving. And the Raleigh House, we always talk about, you know, them helping people with drug addictions and addict, but we're talking alcohol too. That's one of their major deals. And if you have any information, if you've got more than one DUI, you need to look at your habits. You can call them and ask. You may not even know you have a drinking problem. Call and ask about behavioral characteristics. 720-893-5559. TheRaleighHouse.com. You really, as I said, statistics show if you have more than one DUI, you have a problem with drinking. 720-893-5559.
Is that the 14 Jetta is the one with the goofy automatic?
The 09G.
Black unemployment.
Do you have the ability to lower those things?
What's that?
We struggle with that. We had to go over both
Just
sides, and I did it.
the jobs.
Of course, I got it right.
Today was unbelievable.
But Mark, you know that usually triggers a recession. I wonder when or
Well,
we're going to have
the good news is it's good bad news. Wages haven't been going up. So even though it's a lot more jobs.
Why? That's weird.
No, wages did go up. What was going to drop in March?
What do they think, guys? What's the unemployment rate right now? Guys?
No, I'm saying this morning wages.
What's the unemployment rate?
Oh God, next to nothing.
The actual rate.
I think there's one guy out there looking for a job right now. I don't know what the actual rate is. 3,000 manufacturing jobs since Trump. January added, oh my God, listen to this, 155,215,000 people are employed.
Let me just tell you something.
Black and Hispanic unemployment, the lowest it's ever been.
Usually, just so you know, when Democrats, I'm not saying this because I'm Democrat or Republican, when Democrats are in office, the economy does better, usually. If you look through history, I want you to look without saying anything. And then when the Republicans take over, it starts going downhill, and a lot of people argue, Dan, that it's what they did while they were in office that caused it to go down when the Republicans. In other words, the Democrats take actions that are not felt until people get disgusted and vote them out, and then it just so happens Republicans are in office when it happens. I know, but listen, but here's what people have said. The only way you'll know you have someone successful at the economy is if the economy is doing good and it does better. Not if it does bad and recovers, because it's a natural thing. But to go good to great is not natural.
But there's no doubt this tax reform,
something has happened.
Well, we have a business and running a habit on something.
And it really is working for that part, not for the unity and all that.
Well, they just want
But Mark,
see if they say how
there's no denial. There's no denial the economy is doing better, but you will have liberals saying the country is divided, hateful, terrible. Well, I don't know if it was like this.
People are more vocal now than they were back then.
Conservatives
don't do that.
Yeah, conservatives don't go out.
Twice in a month, and they charge you like.
But they're going to be such enforcement.
He was so upset when Hillary won.
You were not. I was not.
You've known him forever.
He's never voted.
He's liberal, isn't he?
You've never voted for Obama, right?
I did vote for Trump.
You never voted for Obama.
I've never had myself to Tom was directing myself.
He never voted for Obama.
I never voted for Obama.
Chevy 55.
I voted for Obama twice.
And I voted for Trump.
What do you think about him and Jim Jones?
I can't believe you were over one time.
No, he bamboozled.
On the bamboozles.
That was bamboozled.
I can contact them directly.
There's a movie, I think, called Bamboozle. Did you watch
Drew.
it? Like, yeah, right here, look. A blistering satire of network television, people call it prejudice.
Other than that, computer fan,
Starring the great Negro actor.
Because literally, once you get on,
So it's a satire.
I know, and up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
He was going out with, who's that one, the police officer on flag.
Whoopi.
Going out with the guy Cheers.
Ted Danson.
And he went blackface to the bank.
Guys, do you think daylight savings time should be repealed?
Just get rid of it.
It's pretty stupid.
It is ridiculous.
What is daylight savings time? Are we in it now, or we should be in it?
George was very upset.
in it. We're in daylight savings.
So it'll go back to where it is and stay there.
This jet's a piece of
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. SimplyFloorsInc.com. If you want to save money on floor coverings, SimplyFloorsInc.com. And that is the best place to get floor coverings, bar none, when it comes to saving money, personalized attention, free designer services, all of the floor coverings with a guy who has put his heart and soul into a business to give better service, less profit. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy Mitchell, he's the heart and soul of it. And we love companies like this. In fact, we know all of the companies on our referral list. Their showroom is at 52nd and Ward, or you can just make your appointment directly. Do one or both. Simply Floors Inc., like Incorporated, INC, SimplyFloorsInc.com. So, John's been waiting a long time, and I'm sorry about that. John, we'll get right to you. What's happening?
Hi, thanks for taking the call.
What's going on, bro?
Well, I have a 2016 SRT Night Edition, and I'm selling it.
What is the Night Edition? What is a Night?
It's a high performance.
Okay.
Like 500 horsepower.
What kind of car is it, though? SRT. What is an SRT?
It's the Grand Cherokee Jeep.
Oh, okay. What about it?
And I'm just trying to find out, since there's only a few in the state, I'm just trying to find out a good way to sell that type of car.
Blinker. Blinker.com, man.
Really?
It's
Blinker.
so easy. The thing I love about Blinker is that it puts you at par with a dealer. You see, when a private owner sells a car, they can't finance it. But and also you can't generate all the paperwork. And do you owe money on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to mess with that? People do not know. 9 out of 10 people don't know how to take care of that loan. How do you get the money from this guy and pay off your loan and get a clear title and do this and do that? If you have totally honest people, the sequence doesn't bother you. But if you have any hiccups along the way, somebody can get screwed. So here's what I suggest. If you go to Blinker.com and list it, first of all, you have a giant audience. And you can even advertise elsewhere and say, see it on Blinker.com. In other words, that will open up the other ads to Blinker, and Blinker's the one that can do financing. These people can get you a buyer and then finance the buyer.
How much do you think that, Tom, how much do you think that vehicle is new? I can't even comprehend a Jeep at this price.
Well, how much?
It's $100,000 vehicle.
No way.
Brand new one.
$100,000 for a Jeep? Where the hell have I been? I thought Jeeps were $30,000.
Well, for a Jeep, this is basically.
Rolly, does Chevy have Rolly?
Just like a Corvette Jeep.
Rolly, Mark, a Jeep. You know, the
Wrangler.
Jeep. They can be 75,000 loaded. 75,000.
These guys got something going on over there. My God,
I'd like to get 65.
Why'd you buy this thing for $100 grand, man?
Well, wait a minute. What did
Is it really? Is that it? It's a rocket.
What did you spend on it, John?
This 75.
Oh, you got a good deal then.
In 2016.
You got a good deal.
And now
Maybe.
I have 6,600 miles on it. It's always garaged. And
God, it's like brand new.
It is. Reorganization.
How many horsepower? How many
Super
horsepower?
soft Liguana black leather.
How many horse?
I believe it's 500.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit north of 500.
Wow. Is it loaded?
Yeah, you can't get anything else on it.
Have you ever worked on one, either one of you guys?
Yeah.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Are they nice?
They're nice little vehicles. Like I
Your
said,
mic has to be on.
Yeah, they're definitely nice. And like I said, they're little land rockets, so they get up and move.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you get a? I mean, what would be in that class? Well, maybe it is.
Dodge makes that up.
Right, maybe it is the only high-performance SUV.
Doesn't Dodge make a pickup that's like the Viper pickup
Do you
or
guys?
something?
Does Chevy have one?
No, not like that, quite.
You don't have an SUV that's high-performance.
They used to do that Tycoon or the Cyclone.
Well, the Cyclone, that was GM.
It's like the Porsche, whatever it's called, Carrera or whatever.
John?
This is like a Corvette SUV, basically.
Kinda, yeah.
Is it pretty inside?
They got a great sound to them.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous, Tom. It's a gorgeous vehicle.
And it's the dark velvet red.
I'll give you $15K cash today, right now, and I'll throw in, what can we throw in?
A T-shirt.
And you can come here and do the show with us.
And hash brownies.
Hey, John, listen, man.
Yeah.
I would truly go to blinker.com. Blinker.com. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Jacob. Did we take Jacob?
Yeah, we started there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jacob, where are we in this? I just lost track, and I feel like an idiot.
He's getting old.
Let's go ahead with your VW 2014, and you have, did you say 65,000 miles?
68,000 miles.
68,000, and we were going to go to Jeff Fick about this. What was the transmission you think you might have? What are the symptoms? It's jerking into gear, you said, right?
Right. From first to second, I feel like a jolt, and I don't know if that's normal.
And it just developed?
Yes.
Or did you just buy it?
Yeah. Well, I just bought it like a week ago, and I didn't notice it at first, but now that I'm driving it a little more often, I do notice.
And it's only first to second?
Yes, correct.
What do you think?
Well, I'd definitely like to take a look at it and see whether or not, like he says, if he's just overly sensitive to it.
Because there is a bit of a jolt on some vehicles.
On some of them, definitely. But usually when you have a difference between the 1-2 shift or the 2-3 shift or the 3-4 shift, particularly with the Volkswagens, you're usually going to find that there is something causing it. Now, whether that's going to be internal to it or external to it, it could be an outside influence with sensors and stuff like that.
Do they have that CR, what do you call that?
It's the 09G 6-speed is what's inside there. So it's not a CVT. So
CVT is what I meant to say.
He thinks it's junk, don't you, though? Yeah. You hate Volkswagens.
I pronounce it beats walking.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do, is they beat walking.
It beats walking. No, but the 2014 Jetta, are you saying the transmissions are not good transmissions?
No, actually, I'm not saying that. They're actually pretty decent. I mean, as a general rule, Volkswagen over-engineers their stuff, not necessarily to the good. But I would like to, if you have time, Jacob, swing by. I can go for a ride with you and let you know whether or not you're feeling something normal or not.
Yeah, definitely. Where are you located?
I'm at 6830 South Jordan Road.
It's just south of Arapahoe Road on Jordan. You just turn south on Jordan, and it's right on your left.
Okay, perfect. I'll bring it by then.
Sounds great.
And what's your number? Give it to him, Jeff.
303-693-1400.
Now, Rolly just looked something up, speaking of those.
Unbelievable. 800 horsepower Grand Cherokee SRT8, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. 235,000. I want one.
No way.
Whoa. And that would make a good company car for me.
That's an SUV. Unbelievable.
I know. It's crazy.
That is $235,000.
Jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
How much is a Ferrari?
That's ridiculous. That's just an erection on wheels. That's all it is. Eric's got a question for Rolly. Go ahead, Eric. What's your question?
Hey, Rolly.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a question for you. So a friend of mine is looking for a project vehicle, and what he wants, he's being told he cannot have. He wants either a Tahoe or a Suburban with either the PPV package or an SSV package, and he's being told by every dealer they can't order him one because he's not a cop or a fleet, but they're all over the internet.
Well, that's good to know. Hold on, I've never heard of such a thing. We'll talk about this. You got to be a cop. Now that's ridiculous. Do they mean a cop or do they mean a department or whatever? But we'll talk about it right now. Time to tell you about Fix It 24/7. Fix It 24/7. Now you've heard of the $39 furnace check and clean. That is not what this is. This is different. If you have a problem in your home concerning plumbing or heating or air on the HVAC system, any problem, you can get a licensed tech to your home for a $39 call charge. And no matter how long it takes, they will analyze the complete situation, give you a parts list and an estimate to fix it. And no matter how long it takes, it's $39, licensed, bonded, insured, and they will present you with what's wrong. If you decide to have the work done, and I contend that the same work, same product, same quality, you will never have a better price or a better value. If you decide to have that work done, they will refund you the $39 or credit it toward the repair. If not, there is no obligation other than the $39. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Russ Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Sunday, our iHeart Radio visitors are here to love. Was like performances by Ed Sheeran and Charlie Puth in the yard.
I know there are rules to that.
Then after
It's not Chevrolet will build. He's welcome to
Brought to you by Taco Bell. Introducing Taco Bell's $1 nacho fries, covered in bold Mexican spices and dipped in warm nacho cheese sauce. Now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
Isn't it funny you literally work for America? Did you ever think that dream would come true?
It's not. So you can go to one of those giant warehouses where you're just a number, or you can go to a place that treats you like a person. The art of granite. The owner pick out granite from his yard or from anywhere. He does not mark up that granite at all. It's wholesale to you.
So that Gina, this is the one for that Gina if she comes on.
I'm going to do it right now. You know how I did is it a big one?
No, it's an old car. It's an old car.
We're going to Hawaii for our 25th.
They just need to say this car is a piece of junk. I never should have got it. Right, see where I highlighted there? They told them right up front.
Whatever it is. But we're
it needed a lot more stuff and
we're about an hour away on the
in
other
this car.
side of Turtle Beach.
That's 215 or 220 or something like that.
Literally, the bungalow is right on. We walk out the door, we're on the ocean. So literally right there. But here was my point. So these places are so expensive. I'm like, I can't fucking get over it. I mean, I had no idea how expensive Hawaii was.
And they're also misrepresented a lot online, man. God almighty.
This place is a 5-star killer. But, so, I go to Hotels.com to see how much they want for it. They had a deal. They were like 15% off that minute. Then I happened to get an email at the same time from this gift card place that I deal with. I bought $5,000 in gift cards to Hotel.com for 12% off. And then along with the deal that Hotels had that exact night, and then I had another promo discount card. So bottom line is, I got about 23% off the best price. I'm talking Expedia, Priceline, everywhere I was about 23% off.
And do they do it by the stay or by the night?
What do you mean?
Is it one lump sum for the stay or each night?
It was one lump sum. Well, they average the nights. So.
How many nights?
We're going to be 8 nights.
And what did it turn out to be per night, roughly?
About a little under 400 after every discount I could possibly do. The airfare ain't cheap either, man.
So the only thing now you got to worry about is the tsunami.
That'd be great. Love a tsunami.
Good tsunami is,
Love a good tsunami.
Hey, you go to that North Shore up there, though, man. Those guys get out there, those waves are going. It's like,
That's the best side to go fishing on.
You need a good volcano eruption.
Everybody says this turtle thing's pretty cool, man. There's these huge turtles right there.
Yeah, and they do have people watching you. They don't want you touching them.
I believe that you deserve it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to, like, you can't get on them and have them bring you out.
You're not supposed to do anything with them. Even if they're in distress, you're supposed to go.
You can't look at them too long.
Hey, you, quit.
He's looking at me.
You can't give them because you'll give them stink eye.
How big are they now? I mean, are we
Some of them
talking?
could be huge. I mean, some of them sometimes are little ones, but some of them, I mean, they're gigantic.
as far as he put his hand, that's their
Are they
big,
aggressive or not at all?
Dead
No,
dogs,
I mean,
they
if
feel
they
away.
let you,
They'll
you
chase
can
you
walk
down.
out.
They'll chase you down.
You always want to grab them by the shell. Grab them by the shell.
If they
and flip
chase
them.
you down, you need to get out.
My brother lives over at just above Pearl Harbor.
Really? Wow. How long's he been there? What's he do there?
He was a soccer coach, but that's a long story behind it.
I didn't know BYU had a big thing there. I had no idea BYU had a full campus in Hawaii.
Why not?
Mind-blowing.
Why not?
I don't know why not. I always think Utah when I think of BYU.
Mormons like beaches too.
Well, and don't strip it. When you see the shrimp shacks and stuff on the side, you swear to God looking at them, that is food poisoning coming your way. I'm telling you, no, some of the best freaking food you're going to get right there. Some of those shrimp trucks are
She's been wanting to do this forever. I just never
I like
liked
the other
never had
side.
any.
The other side's real nice.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like
Well,
it.
even the other
I
side
like
of
it.
the
There's
island.
nothing special
I've
about
been
it.
there twice.
Beautiful, man.
A week each
What
time.
island
No,
do you like, sir?
there's a lot special about it. There's a lot of
Are you
natural
lying, kids?
beauty.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
No, fuck that.
Mark, it's beautiful.
Hi, Tom Martino here. It's car day, so I want to tell you about Century RV. Just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's, they have a 32,000 square foot facility, indoor comfort, so whether it's cold or hot, you'll have climate controlled facility at CentryRV.com. And of course, they're still up at the 119 turnoff to Longmont up there, just north of the city. CentryRV.com. We love those guys, and the most important thing, they have a service department. And that's really hard when you're looking for somebody to service an RV, because they don't just do the chassis and the drivetrain, they do all the house elements as well. CentryRV.com. Eric was talking about a police car chassis, basically, that Chevy makes or General Motors makes. And did they say to him, you cannot buy it because you're not a police officer?
They told him that because he's not a police department or a government agency, he cannot have either package.
But there are, you said you saw some of them for sale online.
Yeah, he went on, in fact, he's on his way now to pick one up in Texas. He found one on eBay, brand new 2017 with 10 miles on it, never titled, never registered.
From a dealer?
From a dealer.
Okay, maybe
Well,
you can buy one if
you know,
it's on the lot.
that's hard to say.
Maybe that was canceled, and they're reselling it. Rolly,
I know that when we take bids and everything, that they require all the documentation from a city, whether it's for cop cars or whatever like that.
I don't know of any laws.
No, I don't know if there's a law or not, but GM does have rules about that, being able just to order them and have them. But there are different dealers around the nation that really specialize in those kind of things too. So I'm a little bit, I really don't know if we could actually order one of those without some kind of a documentation from a city entity.
Yeah, so he doesn't know about it. I mean, but the guy found one.
I didn't know if Rolly would know, what, because the dealer that he's going through, they have like 15 of them, and he, and he called and he said, well, he said, I don't want white because all of the ones that had white, and the guy says, I've got 2 in black, and he said, I'll take black. And like I said, I dropped him off at the airport last night. He's on his way to East.
That's pretty cool. So he found one, but yeah, there are some rules. Rolly doesn't know them specifically, but I imagine what happened in Texas is a city ordered it and then reneged or maybe changed their mind.
Well, they've got them in stock and they want to sell them.
Yeah. Now, but you wouldn't stock something like that.
No, not necessarily, no.
Okay, now listen, what's a Chevy Sonic?
It's a smaller car.
Yeah, Randy's got one up at Purifoy for sale. And then we also have these other cars that Juke wanted to sell. Is it electric? No, it's not. Randy, this is a 2013 with 41,000 miles?
Correct, yeah, Sonic RS.
And it's a 2-door?
Yeah, it's a two-door.
And how much?
For $99.99. It's a 6-speed manual transmission. The best part about this car...
Wait, it's a 6-speed manual transmission?
Yeah, it's an RS. 2013 Sonic RS.
Right, so you get to shift this thing. I didn't even know they made them.
Oh, yeah. Some of the smaller cars, you bet.
Yeah, it's got a 1.4-liter turbocharged motor in it, and it gets 28 miles per gallon in the city and 38 on the highway.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Went through our shop, had a clean bill of health. I think we put a battery in it, and that's all we had to do to it.
All right, so I'm going to...
car.
And how much?
$99.99.
Okay.
What's the color, Randy?
Under one condition.
White. It's white, and it's a hatchback.
Under one condition.
That's a great deal.
Nope. It's got to be 99. I don't want 9999. I want 9998. Okay. Do you approve that, Rolly?
Done.
Okay. So it's 9,998. Not 9999. 9998. Listen, if you're looking for that, 303-659-8311. Okay? 303-659-8311. Purifoy Chevrolet. We usually sell these things within 10 minutes.
Quick.
I don't know this one, though. I don't know if it's a streaming deal.
If it doesn't happen today or tomorrow, it's kind of, there's a residual that goes into next week.
Do you hope they allow you to sell cars on Sunday someday?
No.
God, it seems to me it's such a waste. Most people work all week.
It's backward. I mean, right now the blue laws are so antiquated.
They've fought that for years, and I hope they keep fighting. Tim Jackson, his crew down at CADA do a great job with that.
And by the way, this guy that wanted to sell cars, that Juke guy, I think he's smoking crack here. Anyway, he wants for this Saturn Vue, 65,000 miles. He wants to try to get $7,000 for it, a 2000.
So he just said he put $6,000 into it.
I know.
Aren't they really hard to get parts for too?
Well, yeah,
it's becoming harder.
And
it's harder. 65,000 on the engine, 150 or way more on the chassis. I don't know. Listen.
Somebody call, make him an offer.
You get what you pay for, right? And then a 1996 Chevy Silverado 1500. He has 189,000 miles on it. He wants $4,000. What? It's a 30-year-old truck.
He's maybe just a little bit high, but still, if it's just not beat the heck and got some tires underneath and got good glass and everything, it's a pretty cheap pickup.
Now, but it's got 189,000.
Yeah, that's some of that stuff. The big miles anymore, Tom, are not nearly as critical as they were 20 years ago.
I'm going to tell you, no matter what, I'm going to make a statement. If you buy a used car with more than 200,000 miles, it's not if. It's when you will have major problems, because you will. You'll also have minor, but you will have major problems. But people who buy cars with over 200,000 miles and then call us, I say, okay, I feel sorry for you. And Gina's one of them. And I have the report right here. When did you buy this car, Gina?
Hello?
Hi, when did you buy this car, Gina?
97 Honda.
When did you buy it?
Buy it 97.
Wait, you owned it since new?
Yes.
Oh, I thought this was a used car. Wow. Hold on, and we'll come right back to you on this, all right? Because this is pretty important. And since we're talking of cars with high mileage, if you're in trouble and you bought one, and I'm serious, do you know there have been people who had to go bankrupt because of cars, because they're so buried? Now, I'm not recommending, of course, you go bankrupt over a car, but if you ever need a bankruptcy, winkandwink.com. They'll do Chapter 13s or Chapter 11s. Again, this is an attorney, like the criminal defense attorney, the personal injury attorney, I hope you never need. Winkandwink.com. They're great people. 303-410-1720.
Okay.
I knew they had it for a while.
I didn't know she owned it for new. That's a
I
whole
didn't know
different
either. I know
spin.
she had it for a long time.
So realistically, that truck's probably a $2,500 truck. But if it's a nice old truck, it's gorgeous.
You walk right out into,
well, and
it's
you
pretty
start,
cool, these 3D things.
and I do believe you about
And that's just amazing what they can do.
There are 7 rule how well things are taken care of.
When Frank sold my house, they did a full 3D virtual walkthrough. We had 75,000 people from around the country walked through my house the first night, and he had, we had 7 offers in a matter of, but I think a lot of it was the walkthrough. Isn't that cool though?
That is amazing. Look at that place. Have that door wide open. Wake up in the morning and just the birds making noise and the waves crashing in.
Look where we're staying, Tom.
2 water pumps.
This is our,
Knock sensor.
this is our,
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Hold on. Outside the deck, right there is the beach. Is the ocean right there?
literally.
Go right out there again.
Walk right to it.
Wait. That's not a pool. That's the ocean.
That's the ocean.
Well, holy shit. Are you talking about how many feet?
Oh, God, it says it's like, I don't know, 50 feet? It's right there.
What is the name of the place?
It is the Beach Cottages at Turtle Bay.
Oh, what island? Is it Maui?
The big one. Or, yeah, what he said.
My parents stayed there back in 2015.
I never
Just before my mom died.
Turtle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My brother had a friend that actually owned one because it's like an Airbnb. So he got it in there. More than what you're going to spend.
I think Hawaii has the biggest percentage of homeless people in the States.
A lot of that has to do with all the micronauts.
I can't find it well.
The micronauts.
I know what it is.
When the governments with their Micronesia were doing the nuclear testing over there, they displaced a lot of people, gave them money, and they literally put them on boats and planes and shipped to Hawaii.
Where do they live? Are you telling me all over you see them everywhere?
They move them around pretty good in the last while.
What they should do is just buy a free plane ticket.
Well, that's how they got there.
Companies like I guess you're always like going
over to Waikiki and whatnot, that's okay for a day or something. Don't get in the water, man. I even got some sunscreen in there on that side. There's a lot of beaches you can go to for a lot nicer.
That's what I'm saying.
North Dakota.
If you can
Right,
manage
so you have Gina's
Yeah,
paperwork
yeah.
for Stan's Automotive?
I got it ready. Both got it.
I bought it today.
Now, if you can manage to catch the chickens, you can't eat.
For a second, it may be easier than you think.
They have wild chickens everywhere.
Oh, all over the place.
Don't you wonder, like, who brought the first chicken over there? They're sure not
consistent in stocks.
Do they still have no snakes there?
Talk to the
No snakes.
Ooh, what else about
There are
no snakes in Hawaii?
No.
Would you get in trouble for real?
Huge, yeah.
There's no snakes.
There's no snakes. There are no venomous. There are no venomous animals of any kind.
I was right.
What if I brought a venomous animal? You'd be in a lot of trouble. Do they check for shit?
Yes, they do.
Just like going to another country. Can you bring like food and shit?
Depending on the food, sometimes they restrict that. If you go to get off the island,
They check you.
they will stop you.
They got dogs at the airport.
How about like if you brought, I never do this, but like plant seeds or bush seeds? Can you plant shit?
Sure you could, but
Marijuana.
Depending on what it is. Well,
Actually, when I was growing up, that's where
it's legal, right?
Yeah,
good dope came from.
Wow.
They haven't got their shit.
How do you know that?
No, they need to get going.
Neighbor told me.
What kind of motor? Yep. Hawaii has the highest percentage of homeless people.
Is there any islands where there's no power? Isn't there some islands?
Yeah, leopard island. I don't think they have it over there.
Did they really have? They really used to have leopard colonies there.
Yes.
I heard you can pick up chicks all day long at the leopard colony.
That's funny.
At least give pieces of the chicks.
Golly, man.
That's what I said. You can pick up chicks all day.
Hurting my brain today.
I've got one to go with that, but I know we're being monitored, so
We're like a show.
it's not going to go well.
We should do stand-up and just literally do the shoot go.
I think that's I think it was coordinated. I got to do a place in the stock station.
Oh, my.
What did he say?
Now you know why I didn't say that on
What did he say?
Oh, guess what I did?
Oh, shoot, brutal. Oh,
God.
He's spilling!
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255.
It's like a Chinese fire drill.
So, Gina, you've owned this car since 1997. Wow, you love to hold on to vehicles, don't
yes,
you?
we take a very good care of this
Yeah,
car.
you must have if it lasted that long.
Everything in a place, and the car was no problem.
And what? Okay, so you've had this car for this long, and now what are you complaining about?
My car started choking when I'm having to turn the engine.
The car started choking?
Yeah, like Like you have to turn the key many times.
Like wow, 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 wow.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
mean
yeah.
a crane? It wouldn't start.
And then start leaking on the right side.
It was leaking. Okay, and then what?
So we bring to the automotive and ask them to fix. We not know if he fixed the car, of course. And they do diagnosis and call me, this needs to be done, this and this and
No,
this.
are you complaining about the shop?
Yes, I'm complaining that the shop.
What did they do wrong?
Me $1,500 and car come back home with same problem.
So wait, you spent $1,500 and you're telling me they did not fix it?
No. We bring the car home, and I call my husband call and complain, and we bring car again, number 3, and they fix sensor and the car.
Deputy Dan, you've been working on this? Is that a yes? I
talked to her.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No,
so you didn't talk to the shop?
No, I called the shop and...
I'm talking to Stan. I'm talking to Deputy Dan now. Gina, hold on. So you called the shop?
And they were going to call back when they talked to the owner and stuff, but I hadn't heard anything.
The number.
All right, let me just look at these, okay?
Okay.
Your visits were in January, February, and February. So you went in 3 times. The first time, there is a big, giant list here, and it has $800. Now, if he did the work, it's quite possible that all of the work was done. But it just, I don't know how to put this, but when you have a car with this many miles, it's possible that work was done but would not fix a particular problem, although it should. I don't know. Guys, are you looking at...
I'm thinking this is wrong diagnosis.
Okay, wrong diagnosis. But here's the deal. It's possible you needed some of this stuff. See, like, for example, you know, there's some pretty obvious stuff.
It's not the important things.
Well, okay, but when you bring a car in and it has a lot of miles, if they see something wrong and they note it, but what was $800? I don't even see what was $800. I just
tell them I got it right here.
Then next time,
what is it? Okay,
the power steering pump.
The power steering pump.
Yeah, and a flush.
Well, it's
and the inspection and the steam cleaning of the motor, degreasing.
Okay, but it's possible that you needed a power steering pump.
Right. But it says you need a lot of things, Tom.
And then they did a whole... Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I don't bring the car to how new car get it from there. I bring.
She said she brought it for one problem because it wasn't starting, and she ended up paying.
An oil leak.
She brought it in for an oil leak?
Right. The first invoice I'm looking at, I don't see a starting problem. I see diagnostic for leaks.
Yeah,
that's what I'm seeing. Okay. And so they listed everything out. They made a recommendation because of the massive investment that questionable whether to repair this car.
They even said that to you. They said it may not be worth it.
There. That's line number 53 or item number 53.
They told you it may not be worth fixing the car.
So they did the most obvious leak, it looks like, after degreasing, but they noted there are multiple of leaks, and you have an issue with the distributor. Car comes back the second time.
They do the distributor.
Yeah, and the engine, they have an issue. No, they do a coolant temp sensor. They do a coolant temp sensor because they have a code. They had listed originally that it did need a distributor. And so,
you know what we're saying? It doesn't look like they ripped you off. It looks like your car is old and needs a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I am not greater pay is $1,500.
For nothing.
But
nothing.
It's not for nothing. It's not for nothing. It's for stuff you needed. Hold on and we'll talk.
What's more important, making money or saving money? Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky.
List at the beginning. You have a list of stuff to get done on this car. Okay. And they're doing the most obvious. And they listen here. The vehicle is going to take a lot of investment to keep it safe, and we feel that you may be a better investment to buy a newer vehicle.
You know what? These guys didn't do anything.
No, they're a good job, too. Sands is a good job. Good reputation.
You know, Deputy Dan, he'll stick up for public service, you know, excel.
Oh, my God.
to fix this.
Did you buy it? You should.
No, it was leaking fuel. The fuel lines were leaking.
Oh,
the
my God.
frame was rusted on the car.
And you're
fuel line
first name. That's what they put. They put it in there.
I'm not going to look it up.
I told them that.
Too much of a risk.
I'm telling you, it was so stinking bad.
Oh my God, they couldn't have done it better.
I know it.
Important note, this vehicle is going to take a lot of investment to keep safe, and we feel it might be better to invest in a newer vehicle. Holy shit.
And we get money for nothing.
That's smart.
Yeah.
You should put that on every invoice.
I'm thinking.
Even if they're brand new, right at the bottom.
That's going to work when you have a 17 coming in.
No, I agree with you guys. How you take a car in and no, don't take it somewhere else. You almost got to say, take it somewhere else.
Well, they don't want to fix. You get people that come in and the cars are rat trash.
All she put in was $175.
No. First ticket's $800. Second ticket is
$175.
$175 for coolant temp sensor. That helped to start it. Coolant temp sensor. It was kick and go.
But it probably needs everything.
Look at the original ticket though. There's no mention of a starting problem. There's no. It came in for leak.
No, it says cold in engine.
That's the third ticket. That's the third time. First time, there's nothing mentioned.
Okay, 125.
And they even said that there's so much grease on it, we suggest steam cleaning it and coming back in a few hundred miles.
Yeah. Oh God, I remember. We had Bear's Car Wash in front of my shop in Littleton. It was the best thing in the world for oil leaks, man. They had an undercarriage system there.
Nice.
Oh, it was so cool having it right there.
I mean, I can't. I called them up. I said, "Hey, come on. We've never heard anything about your shop.
Worst visible leaks.
Yeah, tell me what can you tell me?
Rattling.
It's just. It's a beat car. She may have had it forever, but she never put any money into it. I mean,
she did good though. 220,000 miles.
No, the husband said, "It's a Honda. I should get 300,000 miles." That's what he told me. He told me that.
If you would have put some money
into it. If you would fix these problems as they come up instead of waiting until they're all there and the car.
Well, then you only go one time.
And the car's not
well, now you
working.
have nothing to bitch about. What's the problem?
There's $6-7 grand worth of work that car needs, and
I wouldn't want it.
It's just a nightmare, man.
With the power steering pump unit issue, you should have brought to me for a power steering pump.
What do you guys get for shop supplies these days? What's typical? So like 10% up to $25?
Yeah, about 5 to 8.
I've seen some of the dealer bills where you guys are getting just $100
I know. That's what made me think of it, actually.
It costs a fortune.
Suzanne says it smells in here like farts.
I noticed the same thing. It does stink.
Right.
Come on. Keep a straight face.
Oh, if I take full credit. I take full credit if I.
You know what I always say?
If I come
who
to people
smelt
in the
it,
kitchen,
dealt it.
Go tell her. I wanted to make up.
Skunk smells his own hole twice. No. First. That's it. My mom used to say that.
Yeah.
What was it?
The skunk smells his own hole.
Mark said you came in and polluted and left and accused.
Yeah, right.
We seen you lift the leg up.
You know, we've been married 25 years, and I'm not sure she actually farts.
Well, you know, that's not good for you, okay? When you hold it in, it crawls all the way up your spine, gets in your brain, that's where shitty ideas come from.
Say Mark said she lifted her leg up.
Oh, that was good.
You thought I was going to see Pearl Harbor while you're they get into these bidding wars where if you catch them on the right day, you can get a flight from Oahu to Malibu for like $10.
Wow.
You know, it doesn't happen often. When the bidding wars start up, they do everything they can to cut everybody out.
I read there's a ferry that goes between just two islands. How come there's not more ferries? Simply because the ocean
I would
is
assume
rough?
because of the cost or whatever.
Well, that's
I mean, I've been there several times, like I said, because my brother lives there. But aside from that, I haven't been to any of the other islands.
Oh, you just Oahu.
Yeah. So next time I go there, we were talking want to jump around from that.
Pearl Harbor's one of the
Pearl Harbor,
dirtiest days.
Set up an entire day for it. And look ahead and see what days you're going to, what events are going on. There are times the place gets so packed that you won't be able to do things like go out to the Arizona or go over to the Missouri or whatever. Most of it's free. Some of it you do have to buy stuff for. So
I'd like to see the Arizona.
But
have you been there?
Do
they have a wall there with all the dead?
Yeah. On the Arizona Memorial?
Oh, they got a big thing like this. Oh, it's a nice memorial.
Isn't there something you can see under the water too? Right?
I'll show you.
We're to the. Is there anybody alive still that was there?
Yeah,
everybody dead.
Yeah, that there a guy on the camera?
They still do internment, and actually they have ceremonies so that Joe, who was on the ship and didn't actually die, but now died, wants to be interned with his mates, if you will. They have after-hours stuff. They do a huge ceremony. The divers go down there and put them down with the ship.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's a beautiful ceremony.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. We have all kinds of issues going on. One has to do with a repair on cars, and it's an issue that comes up a lot on an old car. We help people directly. Today is car day, and we do help people directly. We actually get involved in lawsuits. We get involved in recalls. We get involved in, boycotts. We get involved in taking people to court and also sending them to jail if they deserve it through law enforcement. And we have some bad guys at sleazbrigade.com we urge you to go to. And then, of course, we have great people, really good people, like Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you're looking to list a home, you will never find anyone to work harder for you. You just won't. And he doesn't hold you to a long-term contract. He first of all, they clean your home, they stage your home. If you're not satisfied with him, you can cancel at any time. That's how sure he is. You'll love his service. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And if you're looking for lenders to fund that, get a pre-approval. This is something you need to know on buying real estate. You will always get a better deal with a pre-approval. Even if you offer a little less, you will go to the top of the line if they know you can get approved. Not pre-qualified, but pre-approval. Ideal offers an approval, so all you need is a loan amount. You're approved up to a certain amount. So you need to tell them how much the loan amount is, and the house has to appraise, and they'll close in less than 3 weeks. So this is a deal that you need to do. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. Now, Gina and her husband, and I feel badly for them because I know what's going on. They have a car. They've had it since 1997. They have how many miles on it, Mark? Did you say? What is it? 220,000. 220,000. And the guy made very clear at Stan's Automotive. He said, this car has multiple items, and it's going to be expensive. They basically said you may want to consider buying a new vehicle. And everything that was done on these invoices, our experts say, everything, all of the items are completely plausible on a car of this vintage with this many miles. Right, guys? You don't see anything that sticks out as a ripoff, right?
No, it all looks reasonable.
And it's possible there were multiple problems. I don't know what they want because he said there are many, many problems.
Right, and it's listed out, but I guess I'm wondering, what is her problem now?
That's what we're going to
What is the problem?
So, Gina, what are you calling about? What do you want? If you could wave your magic wand, what do you want? What can we help you with?
Second time, we put a third time complaints, and they fix it for 175.
Okay.
The problem. So what's it done before?
Okay. So what did? Okay, I see what you're saying.
We need them cars start to run.
So on the third time, she's saying they fixed it for 175. So why did we spend all of that money before? You know why? Because you had other problems, and those problems were obvious problems. You had more than one problem. So what they said was diagnose hard start when cold. Results. There is one new code today, and it says the sensor blah blah blah. They changed that. They removed the coolant temperature sensor and replaced that. And then they said And that was $175. So that, Gina, because they fixed the hard start on the third visit, doesn't mean that the work you had done previously was useless.
No, I see that a different way. I think I'm responsible.
Do you think they should give all your money back?
No.
What do you think they should do?
We get pay back the $1,500 and $175 is my bill.
So you should, hold on. So Gina, you're saying you want all but $175 back?
No. No. $175, but I understanding that's the cost to fix.
Then how much do you want back?
My 2 visits with that result.
That's what I just said. You want all but $175 back.
Yes.
Okay. I think personally, based on these invoices, I'm trying. Listen, I'm being honest with you, Gina. You sound like a lovely woman.
You're being soft. She's crazy. No, there is no way she should get any money back on this vehicle.
Okay.
Is that one way to put it?
That's one way. Now,
I got a brand new power steering pump in her car that was leaking.
You have a brand new power steering pump that you needed. You needed it. It was leaking. The guy said, don't fix it. It's too expensive. He told you not to. He put it in writing. Yeah, on the invoice. We have never had a guy do that before. Gina, you were not cheated. You should actually be comforted by the fact that all of this stuff was needed. You had 220,000 miles. Steering pumps never last that long. All of the stuff on here, it's very plausible. But here's the other shock, Gina. You're going to continue to have things fail. And it's not going to be their fault. And Gina, somebody's got to tell you the truth. Because otherwise, listen, we have no reason at all, Gina, honest to God, to stick up for these guys. We have no reason at all. We are telling you what we feel from the heart based on everything that we've read here and everything you're telling us. And with the mileage and the type of car, isn't it reasonable that a power steering pump would go out?
Yeah, only this doing this cooling sensor one time, and then another, the third one is
oh my God, she's just so totally, she totally is not hearing us. Gina, we cannot help you. Good luck. We cannot help you. All right? So, do whatever you think you need to do. I wish more shops would be that open and honest in their invoicing. What's going on with you, Barbara? What's happening?
Hi.
Hi, Barbara.
I purchased a 2005 Chevy Trailblazer from AutoNation Arapahoe.
Yes.
And we got the warranty and the insurance, the gap insurance.
Oh. Mm-hmm. And by the way, gap insurance, for those listening, it has limits, but because it doesn't make up for bad purchases earlier. So what's going on with your car right now? What's the problem?
Well, when I was driving it, when we had our last big snow, I noticed that the front wheels weren't turning, so I thought, okay, the four-wheel drive is out, so I'll just take it in.
What do you mean they weren't turning?
The back wheels were spinning out, and the front tires were...
She didn't have power going through the wheels to drive them, right?
Yes.
All right, there you go.
Not in
These are all crazy terms.
No,
Yes,
I understand,
the 4x4
Barbara.
is not functioning.
So it wasn't functioning. So what's going on now?
Well, so I took it to, I called the AutoNation in Arapahoe, and they said you have to take it to the AutoNation.
Are you looking, you had a warranty on it, right?
Yes.
And when did you buy this warranty?
A year ago, February, a year ago.
February, and what kind of a warranty?
Drivetrain.
Okay, and how much did it cost you?
I'm guessing $2,500-ish.
And it was along with the purchase?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Go ahead.
So
what happened?
I took it to the AutoNation Chevrolet North because they're the ones who do the Chevys. And the auto mechanic people told me that there's a case and it holds the four-wheel drive inside, and that they have to take that case off to look at the four-wheel drive to find out if it's under warranty, but we'd have to pay for to take that case off.
That's normal. That's normal to pay for it. If it's their fault, then they absorb it.
So if it is under warranty inside, then they'll pay it.
They should pay for everything.
We have to get to it first.
Yeah, that's pretty common language in most warranties. They say for disassembly and reassembly, if you don't have work done, you have to pay If it turns out a warranty issue once it's opened, they pay for the disassembly and the reassembly.
Okay. So I guess now my question is, should I do it?
Oh, that's another question. So let's analyze it, guys. The vehicle was a what?
2005.
And it's a
Chevy Trailblazer.
Right. Okay, so what do you think? A Trailblazer, and what are the symptoms?
Just the tires don't rotate when it's in four-wheel drive.
Right. So you're saying it's not fully engaged. I'm wondering, because of used car warranties, you have to be aware of a few things. Normal wear and tear is not covered. Owner abuse is not covered. The only thing covered are manufacturer's defects. In other words, it doesn't function. What would be wrong with this that they could blame on her or on normal wear and tear?
Well, if it was, run low on fluid or out of fluid at one point where it got some damage and now it's just now manifested itself.
Will that be shown in an exam?
Yeah, if you see starvation, you'll see it. Now, I'm assuming they're talking about the transfer case at this point.
Right.
It sounds like what she was trying to describe.
That it worked when I bought it.
Okay.
Well, I understand that, but that doesn't mean it's covered.
Are we sure that we're doing something as simple as making sure that it is engaged properly? As far as shifting into it, the mechanism to shift it in?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the dealer's saying that they believe the problem's inside the transfer case, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So at that point, like Tom said, you give initial authorization to perform the teardown, and the reason for that being is they don't want to oblige themselves to something in the event it turns out to be something non-warrantable. In the event it's warrantable, then they assume your responsibility is less whatever your deductible is.
Okay.
If the dealer's saying it's inside there, then hopefully they're, we're assuming that this is a competent diagnosis. Once it's opened up, as long as whatever's damaged inside there is not specifically excluded as far as your transfer case is concerned, and that's spelled out in the contract, whether they're talking bushings, bearings, forks, or whatever the case may be, as long as whatever caused the damage is not specifically excluded, then they will turn around and cover whatever's necessary.
Yeah, we're assuming you have a legit warranty and all of that, but here's the biggest problem, Barbara, and I just heard it from you. When you said it was running when, it was working when we bought it, just because it was...
we don't know if it was working when we bought it because, how do you tell it was dry? It was
God.
Yeah, these are one of these places. Tom,
I see what she was saying.
How often do you hear when somebody calls and they buy an extended warranty, and then like this case where they're going to be maybe paying, they don't really know what they bought. They know they paid $2,500, and it's what did it cover and what if it doesn't. They're assuming because they hear...
Let's put it this way. I wanted to tell Barbara something. Most of the time, Barbara, just so you know, the warranty will not cover it, just so you know. So when you take this gamble to take it apart and look at it, it's very possible they're going to turn it down. Now, when they do, we have to step in and have an independent expert look at it. You just be ready. I'm not saying it's going to be automatic, but most of the time, in our experience, extended warranties do not cover it.
Here's the other thing. You can bring it to two different shops.
Yes, get another opinion.
Al might be able to sell it to that warranty company where someone else might not be able to.
Well, unless providing the warranty does not demand that they take it back to the selling dealer.
Yeah, Barbara, does it say where you must go?
He told me that I needed to take it to the AutoNation Chevrolet North.
Is it an aftermarket warranty?
They can't dictate that.
Is it an aftermarket warranty, or is it a specific, Chrysler? Or it's not Chrysler.
No, the actual group might be selling it too.
It's going to be an AutoNation deal.
It's an AutoNation warranty. They're thinking it's a national...
And the other thing, just like Jeff said, I would go, before I did anything, I'd get another diagnosis on this deal.
Right.
Absolutely.
Make sure that what they're saying is happening.
If any code is there.
It's not that difficult. You put the car up on a jack, you throw it in four-wheel drive, you watch the functioning, listen to the mechanism. Jeff, could it be that simple?
Yeah, and quite frankly, the majority of the time we get no four-wheel drive complaints on those in any of that era of the GMs. It's usually the encoder motor.
Yep, encoder motor. It's an electronic component that needs to be replaced. It's not a mechanical teardown.
It will very seldom, if ever, toss a code.
Barbara, without another diagnosis on that, you'd be a fool.
Yeah, not yet. Okay. I would go over to Jeff Fick at Kimmer Transmission and let him take a look at it. And then he'll give you a recommendation on whether you should do a teardown. And then he'll also look at the warranty for you, because it's possible you don't have to go back to them. Although if it is an AutoNation warranty, you have to. So just keep that in mind. It's whatever the warranty says. 303-713-TALK. Dorothy, oh, we have to take this break, don't we? Dorothy, Rhino Shield. Is she talking about Rhino lining, Rolly? Is that what?
No, paint.
Oh, Rhino. Oh, okay. Rhino. Huh. Because on a vehicle, Rhinos, I love Rhino lining. Are they still around?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, Dorothy, I'm sorry. We will talk to you about it coming up, okay? Genesis Total Exteriors for your home, both interior and exterior, and they call themselves Genesis Total Exteriors. Those are the contractors you can trust. You know what? They're very busy because of that, because you know what? So many shysters out there. But if you have siding, windows, gutters, painting, fences, decks, basements, kitchens, baths, large and small additions, GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
Couple of highway crashes as the Friday lunch hour.
Exactly right. Dude, I've had people walk in and they have $3,500 off. Oh, this is the platinum, and it's covering everything. Like, no, it's not.
By the way, it's a $600 report.
Yeah.
You just spent $3,500 to fix a $600.
There
Excuse
are-
me, $36 because you also have $100.
My guys will tell you there's maybe 2 companies that they like dealing with on those extended warranties.
Can I forward the Rhino?
And it really depends a lot of times. It's really good on the phone.
Same kind of thing.
It's a paint that's supposed to last for like 30 years.
It might be the same company.
Now, in most
25-year
cases, when
warranty,
dealing
it's
with
got 25
extended
year
warranty companies, I'm successful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty good at
But the bigger thing is, if the customer has that contract, so I can see.
Oh, you got it.
They're looking at the keywords, they're looking at the way it looks. That thing for you.
No, they didn't put the
I want
right
to be able to
type
see
of
reverse, so
primer
don't
on.
toss a keyword in there. Well, the bushing spun out of this drum. Oh, sorry, bushing.
We don't cover with flat out bushes.
Guess what? The whole thing's down.
Give me the thing. Yeah. It is a pain in the butt. You know, another pain in the butt is the insurance company. The guy goes probably the worst offender of the whole group.
We don't do a lot of insurance.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
transmission, you try.
Oh, they
It's very rare. I mean,
they come up
when
with-
it comes to a stolen vehicle or it was damaged or
Oh,
something like that, then every now and then we'll have that. Majority of the time, I've got interest in dealing with your insurance company. I don't care about your insurance company. If you have, I will be happy to put down that this was a result of this problem. You deal with your insurance company.
Yeah. Oh, we had a really nice one on the Cadillac CTSs. They did the update to the transmission, changed the PTO and all that, and they had one go out for a AAA, those military insurance, and we told the guy that you're better off. He wanted to go source a used value training for $600. Okay, that tells you a lot right there. He went and sourced it. We said, okay, source it in. We threw it up in the thing. Didn't work. I can get you another one. We threw another one in. It didn't work. He totaled the car. This man had a gorgeous car. 2005, 2006 Cadillac CTS. Talk about stupidity. And the guy had 3 cars covered under them. And he was patient. That car was down for a long time by the time we got training shipped in. And it's just step up, man. Get your customer handled.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's a horrible pain.
Yeah. Have you buy from OKQ? Boy, they've really got crazy on that pricing. Oh, they're honestly, you could buy typically used at half or maybe just below 3/4 of what a new would be. Their stuff is so far.
And what they said
I can buy brand new, like, say, a headlight lens, buy it for $380 from new.
Put the wrong type of
$299.
Eric Painter.
I'm done with them. I think their prices go through the roof.
Yeah, do we sell them by anything used?
I guess I'm not.
We do all the time.
So they had damage.
Because you get to that place with customers, it's so much money.
Well, I'm not typically doing that.
Right. Yeah, we
guys
do
haven't mentioned
real
wheels
arms.
yet.
Like, they'll sell like your assembly, so it's your knuckle, your control
Oh, yeah,
arm.
no, there's been
They'll sell the whole assembly.
So did they get it done? Did they have this work done?
The customer doesn't know how not to drive over the parking.
Right. And they
Yeah, they have
we're trying to take it out.
Hi, Tom.
3-Talk 713-8255. So Dorothy, go ahead, Dorothy. What's going on with you?
Hey, Tom.
Hi, Dorothy.
Thank you for taking my call.
What's going on with Rhino Shield? Rhino, when it comes to the auto industry, is damn near bulletproof. I don't know if it's the same company. Anyway.
Bed linings.
It's probably the same material. Who knows? Anyway, what's the problem?
I got the house painted originally in 2013. They said they had a 25-year guarantee.
Yeah, the guarantees are only as good as the company. So.
Right. So in 2016 there was a hailstorm, and that was $6,000 to touch it up. The original paint job was $18,500.
And you had that done in 13 as well?
The original paint job was 2013. The touch-up was 2016.
Okay.
In 2017, last October, we called them to come out to look at the problem because the wood was bleeding through the paint job. And he said they used the wrong primer. And I said, well, then, and he said, well, take care of this. So I called him last week, and he came out again with his dad, who actually owns the company. And he looked at it and he goes, did they use the white primer or the clear primer?
Yeah, we don't care about that. I want to know, what are they going to do?
They want to give us the paint, but they don't want to pay for the labor. And
okay,
they want me to pay another $5,600 for the labor. I'm already into it.
For this little house, $5,600?
It's crazy.
Hold on. So they're going to give you the paint, they say, but they want it's a screw job, in my opinion. What does the warranty say? That's really what's going to dictate.
I sent it over to you. You should have it. It says it does not cover fading, but this isn't fading. They used the wrong product.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, what does the labor say they will do when they do replace it? Does it say they only do materials? Because if so, then that's going to dictate. I don't know what your warranty is. Hold on. Suzanne, where's the warranty, dear? I don't have that part. I just have the pictures.
I'm sorry, say that again. The warranty?
I don't have the warranty.
I'll forward you the warranty.
Do you have it, Dan? Did you look into it?
No,
I think I need to look at the warranty, so hold on a second. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Tyler, what's going on with Groove Auto?
Not Groove Auto, Vroom Auto.
Vroom?
Vroom, V-R-O-O-M.
Oh, Vroom. Okay, Tyler. What about it?
What do you know about them? So I'm not super familiar. They got mixed reviews, good and bad.
Why do you ask?
Because I'm in the market for a truck. I've checked out Blinker. They don't have what I'm looking for.
Have you checked out Purify Chevrolet?
I am not in the market for new. I haven't checked.
What kind of used? What kind of used?
We've got a good selection of used.
What kind of used do you?
So what I'm looking for is either a Ram or a Chevy 3500 flatbed cabin chassis type truck.
Ooh, you don't have that, do you, Ro?
Well, we just did have one.
Did you?
Yes, we did.
Ah, doggone it. Okay, so anyway.
So I guess my question is,
does Groove have one?
They do. They have one, and it's pretty well priced, and it's I just don't know a lot about it because you do everything via the internet.
Oh, where are they located?
The trucks, their big parking lot where they keep all of it is in Houston, and then they ship them right to your door. You get 250 miles in 7 days as a test drive, and then if you want to send it back, you just pay the $400 shipping to send it back.
Well, that's what they say. I mean, did you do any reviews on them?
They have mixed reviews, both positive and negative. None of the negative reviews say they won't take the vehicle back if there's something wrong. It's just more or less customer service issues.
Man.
Well, it's not like you can have it checked out very easily unless there's a service down there that could go and check that vehicle for you.
But not even just checking it out. There are so many obstacles or so many There's too many things that can go wrong. I don't know. Not just them. You got to look at the product, okay? You have the product itself, okay? So, is the product good and worth it? And then, is it a real deal? And there are too many things that, unless you could go down there in person, I don't know why you would do it like this, because it's the only place you can find it, right?
It's not the only place. You can go down in person, but, I mean, the shipping is included in the price. You have the option to go down, but then you're paying for all the fuel and the flight and the travel. So, I mean, I guess it's if you are comfortable with the contract, but I mean, I feel it's a pretty good value on a vehicle, and it's still covered under manufacturer warranty.
Okay. Well, you're taking a bit of a gamble, but it seems like if you got everything in writing.
Here's what I'm telling you, Tyler. even if you do get everything in writing. If they're liars, writing doesn't matter. If they're cheaters, lying doesn't matter. You know, all I can say is you're taking a gamble. Now, it may be fine. I've purchased vehicles before online with the dealers, but they were real dealers. I don't know about this. I just don't know anything, so I don't know what to tell you. You check them out like you would anything. You would do the review process. You would do the local affiliations of are they belong to the dealer association? Are they licensed? Are they bonded? Do they have normal protections like that? What about, I don't know, what about court cases, background checks? There's just too many things, but that doesn't mean you're going to run into a problem. What are they asking for money transfer? That's the most important thing. What are they asking?
No money. There's no money involved. I'm financing. I got the financing through my own bank.
Then that's money involved. But what I'm asking is, when does something pass through the curtain from you to them? When do they want payment?
So they work it out on their end with the bank. The only thing I would have to do is put a $500 deposit to hold the vehicle, which is fully refundable. And the documentation, based on how I read it, it says that it's fully refundable.
Okay, what I'm asking is this. Before they ship it, do you have to have it paid for in full?
Yes.
Okay, I would not do it. The only way I would buy a vehicle long distance is if I get to see the vehicle and examine the vehicle and then wire the money. If they don't trust me, I don't trust them. It's that simple. Now, if you want to do it, but I wouldn't do it. The other way to do it is to put the money in escrow, but they probably don't have an escrow service. The other way to do it is to fly down there. You pay a cheap flight to and from. You go down there, you check it out, you like it, you do the paperwork, you pay for it, and you meet the transporter, and it's done. That's what you do. But I would take the truck somewhere down there to get it checked, and then once I have it checked, I have done long-distance deals like that too, but I've been there. I paid the ticket. It's worth it. You go there, you check it out. You do all the financing and paperwork, and then you simply meet the shipper and get it. First you get it checked out, you pay it, then the shipper and you make arrangements.
I want to throw a little different spin on this. You know, this company is actually, I looked them up. This is the real deal. These guys are looking to change the way. They're somewhat similar to Blinker in a lot of ways, Tom. You know, the CEO of this company is Paul Hennessy. He was a CEO of Priceline.
So you're doing
billions of dollars.
You're doing a lot of research.
This is the real deal.
It's all used car based.
Yeah, it is all used car based.
So you feel what?
Well, I feel like it's definitely a safe company to do business with, just judging by the CEO and who's invested in here. I think Elway's one of the investors of this startup as well. So, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, it's people that know that industry.
So why didn't you do this research online, Tyler? You could. I mean, I don't mind helping, and Mark, thank you. No, that's a good thing he's finding. He's finding a lot of stuff about this company.
Here's what it says. It says they allow customers to buy, sell, and finance used cars online. It has a refurbishment facility in Stratford, Texas, and is going to be opening another one. So, I mean, there's good information here.
Yeah, I did do research on the reviews, and because it was such a mix, that's why I wanted to give you a call to see if you guys had heard anything about them.
Here's your investors. Listen to this. So you've got General Catalyst Partners, Allen & Company, T. Rowe Price, John Elway, Steve Bernard, the CEO of Blockbuster back in the day, and AutoNation. I mean, it's a real deal.
So there you go. Mark feels comfortable with it. He feels comfortable with it. Thanks, Mark, for that quick.
And I generally don't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, but it wasn't his money.
No, but it's good, though.
Yeah, it's easy for me to tell him.
But what it goes to show you guys is that with a little research online, you can find some stuff out. And you can tell if articles are BS or not. We got more coming right up, and I'll talk about the Rhino Shield warranty after this.
Rhino's not going to go cover it. Why? Because, first of all, it says, according to their basic materials. No, according to this warranty is valid only when Rhino Shield ceramic coating is applied by the manufacturer's approved applicators and in accordance with the manufacturer's approved methods. They didn't do it according. They didn't use the right undercoating.
No, but I'm talking about but they're willing to stand behind this dealer. I want to know if the spirit of the agreement, and if it was done by Rhino, would they cover labor? That's all I want to know. Would they
Only after the first 12 months.
Okay, so
Then
how
it's 10% after. Beyond the first year of service charge available equal to 10% of the contract price may be charged for a
This is what line one guy is going to say, that you can find all the Colorado revised statutes online, except for this particular section about how we're not required to pay license plate fees. And you have to have that and take it into the DMV, not the taxes, the fees, in order to evade paying these fees. I sent you guys the link on the revised statutes on that section. He's saying, no, he's saying that they don't offer it online. You've got to pay $350 for these revised statutes of Colorado and take them into the DMV. He doesn't think it's fair they don't post them online with everything else.
He's a nut, is what you're saying. Here's what you should have said. Line one's a nut. So he's saying there's secret language.
There's secret
that you have
language.
to pay $350, and then you don't have to pay for license plates.
The fees, not the taxes, the fees.
We'll get out of paying fees, he says.
That's what he says.
Has he done it?
He wants to do it, and he thinks it's unfair that he has to pay $350
To get the top secret.
to get the top secret Colorado revised statutes.
Why do you have to pay $350?
I sent you guys the revised statutes on license.
No, but I don't understand. What is the $350 for? Why did you have to
He's saying they don't put it online, you gotta pay the state $350 for the hard copy of the
He's a
revised
nut.
statute.
He's a nut.
And has he found the wording that will help?
I don't know. Tom,
You
did
can
you
call it,
see
doesn't
the,
make any
click that
difference, but
link.
if you
It's
text
crazy.
our number and redirect.
Well, I mean,
You should listen to him if he found a loophole maybe.
So I agree,
When service work is done.
and then go
All cars
down,
that can be done at
and
5
it's
o'clock.
under,
So why can't he print it out?
he's saying they leave it out of this.
It's
that
not
you
there.
gotta pay for it. It's under automobiles. Go up, more, a little more,
It's the same guy that doesn't pay the IRS because in the Constitution, blah, 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 blah.
there it is,
blah,
under
blah.
there, yes, go there.
He had a cell
And
next
then
to
go
Wesley
to
Snipes for 30
taxation,
years.
and then under there, and then license plate. He's saying they're leaving out parts under there that you can't get
Did you
about
really? Wow.
not having to pay for your
disallow
fees, not taxes,
my
just
alimony
the fees.
deduction from 2015.
Why? Next year you can't.
No. Next year, if he gets divorced next year, he can.
Oh, his
His
grandfather.
grandfather.
What are you talking about?
The alimony deduction.
My alimony
You can't deduct it anymore starting this
After-
year. But if your grandfather,
Unless your grandfather get divorced.
what if you are a grandfather?
Well, no.
Then it's all good.
No, but the decree, the final decree must be before the law goes into effect January 1st. Right?
Yeah, that's you're correct. Or
Not
your
the filing, but
Now,
the.
if you can no longer, after that, if you can no longer take it as a deduction, are they making the receiving
I don't know.
spouse claim as
Nope.
income?
Oh, they make it done the money.
No, I
No,
think
they're
you're
not.
grandfathered in.
No,
My alimony's expired.
no, it's a double whammy.
You
You don't get to deduct it.
Here,
They don't
fees.
have to.
License plate.
Yeah, but they don't have
The
to claim.
license plate is right here.
For her.
For her, yeah.
For her.
Or
Yeah.
just click
For
on
him,
the link
I've got
and
a
it'll
funny
pop up
feeling.
for you, Tom.
No, for him it sucks because he can't deduct it anymore.
Who can?
And then don't forget,
The person giving it can't deduct it.
don't forget to go back to Dorothy.
I'm sorry, I'm on the air. 303-713-TALK,
38255. Okay, Dorothy, we looked at the Rhino Shield warranty, and here's basically what's going on with your Rhino Shield. The dealer, I think you have a good case. The dealer did you wrong, and the dealer did not do it according to Rhino's specification. So Rhino itself is not obligated to you to do a warranty. Rhino isn't, because Rhino, the manufacturer, did nothing wrong. Had Rhino Rhino Shield fail, should it fail, they will cover it under warranty according to the terms and conditions, okay?
Yes.
But it did not fail. It was not done according to Rhino specifications, and it clearly says, if it's not done according to our specs, you don't have a warranty. Now let's talk about the dealer. The dealer simply is responsible. It's that simple. But the dealer is trying to negotiate with you.
Right.
You know, the dealer is saying, okay, we're responsible. We used the wrong primer. I hope you can get them to admit this in writing or in court, because you're going to have to sue them. Now, what they're doing is they are offering you a settlement. They're saying, you know what, we'll take care of the Rhino Shield, you take care of the labor. And in my opinion, that price they want for labor is going to cover the materials as well. I think they're giving you a screw job. I think they're just trying to get you off their back, and you're basically paying for the whole job. That's what I think.
That's how I feel.
And I feel the same way. So I believe that you have, first of all, what you do is you sue them in small claims court. I would sue them in small claims court. What I would do first, and I hope they're not listening, is I would first say, okay, I want you to deliver the material, and then we'll schedule installation, okay? That's what I would do. And then then once you get the material, at least you know you have the material, then I'd go sue them for labor. If you have to hire them and sue them afterwards, fine. But I would, or you sue them before you get anything. Okay? You can do either or. I'd rather try to get as much as possible before I sue them for the difference, rather than suing them for the whole thing. But I think you're going to have a great case in small claims court, because you can sue up to $7,500.
Okay.
Now, but here's the problem. $7,500 will not cover the labor. So I would do if you're going to sue without getting the material, I would sue for the material in one lawsuit, and I would sue for the labor in another lawsuit. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I would say this is for the labor, for their negligence, this is for the material. But that's shaky. Okay?
So I should get the material first.
How much will the whole job cost if you had to pay for it out of pocket?
It was $18,500.
Oh my God in
for
heaven.
the material and the labor.
Yeah, but wait a second. How much did they get on the second job? What didn't you say it was like $6,000?
No, he didn't pay. She didn't pay.
$6,000 2 years ago when we had a hailstorm.
But that was insurance.
That was insurance.
Yeah, that doesn't
correct.
count. That doesn't count.
And now they want another almost $6,000 in labor, so I'm looking at $30,000.
But Dorothy, stop grouping them together. They have nothing to do with each other. The insurance claim has nothing to do with it. Okay. And if you go into court and you talk like that, a judge is going to roll his eyes. You have a very simple situation.
Okay.
When they did your repair, or was it on the repair they used the wrong stuff, or on the
original?
Okay. When they did the original job, they did not use the proper primer.
Correct.
Therefore, you can't get a warranty to fix it. The only remedy you have is to sue the dealer for it.
Okay.
And the dealer already agreed to do the material, but here's what happens. He's not going to agree to that once you decide to sue him. So everything is in the timing. I would first somehow try to get him to deliver the material, and I'm hoping he's not going to say, well, sign this settlement first.
Okay.
You might want to say this. In fact, you'll be telling the truth. Say, you know what, we'd rather pay someone else to install it. We'll take the material.
Okay.
But if he makes you sign a settlement for the material, you can't sue him. So unless you can get that material, because what I'm trying to get at is get the material and then sue for the labor cost.
Okay.
Now, perhaps you have them do everything and then pay them the labor. Well, how would you do it, Mark? And then sue for a refund for the labor?
I don't think it's going to work out in small claims court if it's over $7,500. I think they're going to say it's the same issue.
$5,600.
Yeah, but they're already agreeing to pay the material. Now they're saying pay us $5,600 for labor. That's well under small claims if she can get the material.
If she can literally get it. I don't think they're going to give her the material because, like you said, I think they basically are selling her a screw job.
Yeah.
So if you can just get the material, yes, then sue them for labor as long as you don't sign anything.
These guys have to know you're serious. So even if you have to go to county court, I would do it.
Okay.
I would go to county court. You can still go yourself to county court. You know, people think county court's much different. It's not. It's just the amount's different, and they allow attorneys. But so what? If this guy hires an attorney to go to county court for a trial, all you have to do is show. But how are you going to prove he did the wrong? What if he says, we didn't use the wrong primer? What do you say then?
I don't know, because that's what he told me.
Do you have it in writing anywhere?
No. They didn't put it in the contract, but his son told me they used the wrong primer, and so did he.
Then you have to have someone from Rhino Shield come out. You have to have someone from Rhino Shield. They're not wrong. You're not against them right now. You're on the same side.
Okay.
I would say Rhino Shield. You know, actually, I would have Rhino Shield come out, but don't talk about a lawsuit. Just ask them their opinion. You want a written opinion.
They've been out twice.
Rhino itself?
Yes.
Did Rhino say it was the wrong primer?
Yes.
Get them to put it in writing. Tell them, please put this in writing. I want to know why you're not responsible under warranty. I need it in writing, and then I will leave it. Okay?
Okay.
Get that in writing. Then what you do, once you get that in writing, you got the dealer. You got him. I would then sue. I would get the material and then sue for labor. If you can't, I would have them do it, pay them, and then sue them for the labor.
Okay.
Or another tact is to sue Rhino for the labor based on the fact that they approved, they were negligent in their approval of this guy as a dealer. As a result of him being an approved dealer, you were damaged, and you sue for the material with Rhino and sue for the labor, the dealer. Okay. 2 separate lawsuits. You have a number of ways of going. Do something, though. Immediately, your first step, we'll talk each step if you want to call me back. Immediately, I want you to contact Rhino and tell them you need to get something in writing as to why you're not covering it under warranty. My attorney wants to see it, or my counselor wants to see it. You make them put it in writing. And if they say no, then say, well, then I'm suing you for a warranty claim. Make them put it in writing, because you want something as evidence against the dealer.
I can't believe that Rhino even came out. They don't cover fading, they cover chipping, flaking.
I know, but it's good that they came out, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Right. Boy, that would help her if she can get that letter. Holy cow. I always kind of wonder if they would do stuff like that.
Identifiers.
Crash being cleared there. Look out for wreck being cleared on the westbound side of I-70 at Havana. That's causing some backups there.
Christmas list?
For a crash at Broadway.
No, I have so many lists.
My name is spelled.
No, you're on his list.
Yeah, I know. I'm on the wrong list.
Pharma Bro got 7 years in prison.
Yeah. That was it.
He was the guy who raised the price of this one medication by 5,000%. But he went, he didn't
That
go
was for the
that.
EpiPen, wasn't it?
The what?
Wasn't that for the EpiPen?
No, it wasn't the EpiPen. They did
No.
raise that, but they come on. But this is a different.
That was a lady that
This
took
is a
over that,
very.
wasn't it?
He had bought the company that had.
Yeah, I remember the whole thing going down.
But he got 7 years out for that. He got it for basically not paying taxes and shit like that.
He's a rotten guy. Then he smarted off about that.
He did what?
He smarted off after he raised it. He made some smart ass comment and stuff like, we.
Oh yeah, he was all cocky about it. He was a younger guy too,
Yes,
wasn't
he
he?
is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
I want to say he was in his mid-20s.
No, late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
And he spouted off and recorded. Somebody recorded him.
Oh, I think he did it online or something.
Oh my God.
It's almost
That's
4.
a stupid thing.
It's like na, you know.
Na.
Do
you guys remember Sha Na Na?
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. On
John
Saturdays.
Bowser.
Bowser, yep.
You? He grew up on a farm. He didn't know.
I never even heard of TV.
Sha Na Na.
We didn't have TV.
They watch
So
cows.
is it true that roosters don't croak or
Don't
crow
lay eggs.
in the morning? They'll do it just at any time.
Roosters? They will do it at other times, but not very often.
When do they usually do it?
It's everybody. I've always heard that at the crack of dawn, the roots of crows, but they don't
How
necessarily.
did you get chickens without having?
I heard somebody talking about it on the radio. They were talking about going to a farm and they were like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They were going off.
This is Claremont Financial.
Weiss, Tom, Jim Weiss, the
The guy's complaining about,
What do you have to do on Monday?
He's a bad man.
He is a bad man. What did he do? You very bad man.
I want to
What did he do?
He took a guy's vehicle. He was over 80 years old. He had Parkinson's disease. Took his vehicle for 6 years. Didn't do anything. He paid him $21,000 for it. We just went and got the engine on the vehicle now, and now we gave him another bill for $20,000. Another bill.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Okay, listen, well, who should I take next? I mean, you want
Val. Line 4, that's been the longest time.
Oh, you've been GA's been the longest here. Go ahead, GA, what's going on?
Thank you for taking the
Yes,
call.
sir, what's happening? What's happening?
I got a 2010 Dodge Ram 1500.
Yeah.
5.7 liter, 4x4,
Yes.
auto transmission.
Yes.
5-speed with overdrive.
These guys listening, so what's the problem?
And Econo light never comes on.
It won't go into overdrive?
It doesn't go into overdrive.
What do you guys think?
You're saying the switch to go from performance to Econo is not working?
I'm sorry?
Is there a switch, you're saying, to go between like sport or Econo that's not working?
No, it's always it's automatically in there when you.
So you're talking about it just not going into overdrive itself so you can save the fuels?
You got it.
Okay, well, if it's not going into 5th gear, then it should be tossing some sort of code.
It's not going into overdrive.
Well, it should be the 545 RFE that you've got in there, which is a 5-speed unit.
You're saying it will go into 5th gear?
It will go into 5th gear.
Then how do you know it's not in overdrive?
You can feel it when it goes to overdrive. You know, well, you don't feel it.
The RPM drops?
When you let off on the accelerator, the Econo comes on. Or when you're just driving down the highway, the Econo should come on when it goes into overdrive.
Well, 5th gear is overdrive for that transmission.
It's not 5th gear and then 5th gear with an overdrive.
No, 5th gear is overdrive.
Yeah. And it's vacuum shifted?
Is it what?
Is it vacuum shifted?
No, it's electronically shifted. It's all controlled by the computer.
So you're saying if it's in 5th gear...
You're already in overdrive. You're not going to get a 6th.
Why does he think he's not?
I honestly don't know. I've had customers that come in the past and they just don't understand how their car's working.
Did it change from what you remember? Was there a time when you put it in 5th gear that it would be in 5th gear and then the RPMs would drop, indicating to you overdrive?
Yes.
And it doesn't do that anymore?
It does not do that
Okay, so are you sure that it sounds like it's more likely stuck in 4th. He's not getting 5th.
He's shifting it to 5th, but it's not going into 5th.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening.
There should be some sort of code or something that's related in there that we'll be able to track down why it's not wanting to create the upshift.
So you should be able to just plug your scanner in and figure it out.
Well, that'll give us a start. We've talked before, yes. The scanners will seldom tell you what's wrong.
So, GA, before when it was working and you shifted into 5th, how long did it take to notice the RPM drop?
I don't know. It was
It's stuck in 4th.
A little while.
Just get it up to Jeff's place.
I think it's been stuck in 4th, and it's been going, and it's been gradually going, because he said it took a little while, so it was longer and longer before it would shift.
And
do you have to hit a button on that one?
No, you don't. Is it just the sound of the motor that makes you say it's not going to go into overdrive?
Well, he has an RPM gauge, I imagine.
Well, most of them do have a track.
That, there's no drop in the RPM, and the Econo light.
Well, the Econo light's not going to come on just because it hits overdrive.
Well,
Well, hold on
come on
now.
about
When does the
that
Econolight come on?
Usually that was a switch, so you could change the performance.
dropping cylinders at that time.
You don't have a switch, by the way, for Econo mode?
No, sir.
He's got the light that comes on when you take your foot off the gas pedal.
And
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
what it's got.
it's all connected probably to that stuck and forth.
Just get it up
I
to Jeff.
think in order to go into the Econo mode, you have to be in overdrive, and it automatically switches, and you're just getting stuck. It just seems like that. Okay, Jan, what's going on with you, Jan?
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting a little bit ahead of the curve here. My son was in it did some about a week of inpatient time at a rehab facility in January.
For drugs?
No, mental health.
Okay, you said rehab. Was it?
Well, it was a behavioral health center.
Okay, got you.
Okay, so got the help that he needed. Some great results. They got him on some medication.
What medication? Just curious.
Zoloft and
Okay,
Zolify.
gotcha. So, all right, now what?
Doing great with that. Was out applying for a job. It involves driving, getting a commercial driver's license. He's passed all the background check, the physical with flying colors. And then they gave him a form because he's on the medication, said you need to have your psychiatrist sign this form.
That's right.
That says you're okay.
That's right.
Centennial Peaks is the facility, by the way. So they said you need to send in a form that we can take to the psychiatrist, but it's been so long, several months now, that we don't think he's going to sign it.
Who said that?
Centennial Peaks.
That's because they're going to want another appointment. He's not going to sign it based on, how many months ago was it?
No, he got out in January.
Oh, you mean this past, you mean 2 months ago?
Yeah, 2 months ago, and he's still under the prescription, able to refill the prescription.
I understand that, but does he? Yeah. The doctor may require a visit.
Okay, that might be okay. I don't understand why. You know, normally they would set it out for 4 months later for a follow-up visit, or I mean.
Well, there is no normal, Jan. What happens is this. When you're under mental health care and you're on medication, they do periodic updates for sure.
Exactly.
But it's normally upon how many refills did he get?
I think he's only had one so far.
No, I meant how many does he have on his script?
No, I can't answer that. I don't know.
Okay, so normally that's what they do. They set it out for 3 or 4 refills and then another visit. But if he needs to sign something, it's very common for a psychiatrist to want an update. So how you doing? What are you going to be doing? Do you like it? How's it going? I mean, it's not uncommon. Let's put it that way.
I agree. So here's my fear, is that because he was inpatient and now he has no outpatient affiliation with the psychiatrist, that they're not going to want to do this at all.
It's possible. It is possible if he has no relationship with this doctor at all, the doctor will say, I have no idea if you're fit to do this. And as well, he should. I mean, it's supposed to be somebody who is caring for him to make that statement. I mean, it's unfortunate, but
I think it's more that he's okay to drive a vehicle while he's on these medications.
That's right. But it won't be done by someone unless they are familiar with him. And if he just went there for this crisis and doesn't plan on ever going back, you're not going to get a doctor to sign it. They have a responsibility when they sign it. If he killed someone behind the wheel, this doctor goes down for the count.
Sure, I understand that.
So I'm not sure what we can do to help. Here's the way you should do it, Doc. What would make you feel comfortable in recommending my son for this job, or the patient? Doc, what would make you feel comfortable for recommending me for this job? And then maybe set up a schedule. It doesn't have to be intensive, but the doctor has to feel comfortable. We're simply running out of time, and I'm really sorry. Save all your problems for me. Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39.
I don't mind taking these callers that are waiting for Monday. Just $39. I'm wondering.